I was just like, fuck everybody, this is happening. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna do this no matter how long it takes, no matter if I have to find some way to scrape the money together to pay my bills. I'm gonna do it to prove to myself that like I can make this a viable career. Because also like my parents didn't really didn't really understand like what I did or what I was trying to do. I was just kind of floating through life, you know, but not really having any direction or any sort of, you're almost delusional to the point where like you believe you can do anything. Like I feel like if I wanted to do anything, I can do anything. And I think that was just such a huge part of it.
Was there at any point when you're like, fuck, this isn't going to work? Maybe I need to pivot?
Yeah, I remember those 2 months were just the hardest of my life. Like, I'd go on runs like every single night. And some nights I would just cry, bro. Like, I don't know how this is going to work. There's months, if not years, and maybe for some people a decade before you see any real success or any like return on time investment and money investment into what you're doing.
What do you think you're going to do to get yourself out of this rut? Yeah, welcome. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Back in Kamloops. I haven't been here in, I guess not too long, but November. I was here for Adrian's birthday.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if you know, I lived here for a little bit.
Yeah, Adrian was saying a little bit about that. And
yeah.
How did you guys meet?
We met just online. Like, I think I joined so before I moved to Vancouver, I joined a bunch of these like group chats with like Vancouver musicians and creatives. I don't know if Adrian was in those, but through that circle I met him, and I guess none of them knew I didn't actually live in Vancouver yet. I was just I was a poser, you know, posing as if I lived there already because I knew I was going to move there. And so then I just kind of got into that scene of like young kids starting music and doing music, and then through that I just found Adrian, and then I remember I like reposted one of his TikToks or something about like how he was like struggling as a videographer, and I was just like, I'll support this guy or something. And then we just started talking about this artist called Glaive that we both liked, and then he was doing videos and I wanted a music video, so we just like set up a shoot date, and yeah, that was it.
How long was that?
Stuck. That was the song we did. 20. I always mess this up and always laugh about it. So I think I always thought it was in September, but it was I think it was January 2021. Yes, I think that's what it was.
I thought maybe you were going to go with like, it was post-COVID or pre-COVID. That's like in
COVID, yeah.
During COVID.
Like during COVID. Yeah, I moved during COVID. It was super weird.
You moved from here to Vancouver during COVID?
From South Africa.
Oh, crazy.
To Vancouver during COVID, and that was like super stressful. You needed like 100 different pieces of paper and documents, and none of them got checked, of course. But, you know, you're told you need all of these things and whatever. So, yeah, and then I had to quarantine for 2 weeks and all that. So that was interesting, like moving during all of that, and then I started college as well at the same time, and you know, half online, half going in. It was a weird time.
I would say from the accent, you grew up in South Africa then?
Yeah. I grew up in South Africa from about 6 or 7 till 18.
Okay.
I was born in Newfoundland, St. John's.
Oh, wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so
East
you're a
Coast.
Newfie.
Yeah, I guess. I don't sound like it. I know they have like, you know, they have their accent.
Yeah, you can't understand a word they're saying.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, I've seen the TikToks.
Tum wrench. That's what they call a crescent wrench. A tum wrench.
They have like, it's like Irish, you know? It kind of sounds like
so
Irish.
Thick.
Yeah.
Hard to understand.
But yeah, no, so I grew up there, and then we lived I have a twin brother, so I always say we. We lived in the Netherlands for like a year, just outside of Amsterdam, in a place called Den Haag, when we were like 5 to 6, maybe, I want to say, for like a year and a half, and then in South Africa. And then, most of my family's still back there. My dad moved here as well. My dad moved to Parksville.
Okay. What took you from Newfoundland over to Netherlands and then South Africa?
Yeah, so my parents are South African. So I think that's
okay.
that ended up like with the route going back home. But from Newfoundland to the Netherlands was just my dad's like work. He just got like a job offer in the Netherlands, and I don't know, maybe they weren't liking Newfoundland or whatever, but too cold or something. They decided to
pretty
go.
harsh environment there.
It is, yeah. I don't remember much, but I do remember like, you know, distant childhood memories of it being like super cold.
So you've never been back since?
I haven't, but I want to go.
Yeah,
for sure.
I know it's got some pretty wicked coastline. I haven't been myself, but I've seen people actually go on trips just to Newfoundland for the coastline.
Yeah, no, it looks super beautiful. I started watching a series recently actually about like Halifax, like East
Nova
Coast
Scotia?
as well. Nova Scotia,
Yeah.
that type of like scenery. And like I've never seen that. Well, I guess I have in person, but I don't remember. Because I was so young. So I definitely want to make a trip back sometime in the next couple of years.
That's where my dad's from, Nova Scotia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I've heard lots about it as a kid.
Oh, nice. Did you grow up here?
No, I grew up north, a town called Terrace.
Yeah, heard of it.
You know Terrace? Okay.
That's in BC too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 14-hour drive from here.
Goodness, bro. Canada's too big. So far. Yeah, no, I've never been there, but I've heard about it. I know Adrian's from Clearwater. Or like, grew up in Clearwater. Was born in Clearwater or something.
I think he's lived a little bit everywhere around this area.
Yeah.
On a farm, no
I
internet.
heard the farm stories are crazy, bro.
I think he was saying the house didn't have heat or something because they were in the summer.
I remember that, yeah. I remember something about that, yeah. But no, I haven't been all the way up like to Terrace in BC. This is, I think, the farthest north I've been in BC is Kamloops.
So you came here for school then?
To like Vancouver?
To Kamloops?
No, I actually came to Kamloops as soon as I dropped out of school.
Oh.
So, yeah. Me and Adrian met, 2021 or whatever. I was in college at the time at Douglas College in New Westminster on the coast for audio engineering. It's like a 2-year program. I did a year and then I dropped out. And really soon after that, I went on a trip I went to LA and then Texas and then back to South Africa to see my family. And then when I got back from that, we moved basically to Kamloops like pretty soon after that. And it's because Adrian or Maya got a job here or something. And then I was living with them at the time, so I came with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you living with them in Vancouver area too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard this. So you guys were living in that place, but then you were gone for like 2 months?
I was gone for 2 months, and as soon as I get back, they're like, we're going to Kamloops. Okay, bro.
Tagging along.
Yeah, literally. So I tagged along with them to Kamloops. And then I was here I only lived here for, I think, like 8 months. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you wanted to get back to the big city?
Yeah. I wanted to get back to Vancouver. I just something about like the ocean, because, born in St. John's on the ocean, grew up in Cape Town, South Africa. It's right on the ocean. I just feel like super at home when I'm right by the ocean. And so, yeah, I wanted to get back there. But I did enjoy my time in Kamloops. We had a really nice spot on St. Paul Street or whatever, downtown, yeah.
Were you here for a Kamloops summer then?
Yeah. It would have been March till November. So, yeah, right through the summer, yeah.
So you got the best couple of months.
Yeah. Went down to Scoops all the time. Mm-hmm. Legendary. Yeah.
Love getting me a triple one. I'm not supposed to have any though because I can't do dairy, but it's hard to say no sometimes.
Same as Adrian.
Yeah.
No, I love ice cream. I can do it. I mean, I overdo it for sure, but I do. Yeah.
I think we all overdo it sometimes.
Yeah. I've been overdoing it lately. I need to stop. But yeah, no, Scoops is really good. Yeah, so I was here through the summer. And then moved back to Van in like November. And that was the first time I got like my own place. So it was a bit scary. But
so you'd been like 19 or 20 then?
that would have been, I think I just turned 21.
Okay.
Yeah, because my birthday's in October, and I think I just turned 21 before I moved back. Yeah.
So you love Vancouver then? You start crushing it when you went down there?
When I moved down, it was like a big reset for me, honestly. Like for a while, like I was just like, I don't know. It's like I had just like a moment of realization, like towards the end of Kamloops, like I need to change something because I was just not happy with like the trajectory that I was going down, and it was mainly because I was like just eating absolute shit. I was smoking a lot of weed. I wasn't exercising. Staying up super late, waking up super late. And I've been doing this for a couple of years, I think just everything from moving to Canada by myself during COVID and dropping out of school. And I just didn't have a really good set schedule or life or anything. And so I think when I moved back to Van, my main goal was just to get on track with like what I wanted to do. So I really prioritized like my fitness back then. And at the time I had to get a part-time job because in Kamloops and before I was just doing the music thing, but my expenses were a lot lower because I was living with Maya and Adrian, and before that previous roommates and stuff like that. So when I wanted to move back to Vancouver, I was looking to do it by myself, and rent by yourself is expensive.
Through the roof there for sure.
Yeah, so I think my place was like $2,000 a month, and the most I think I'd ever paid for rent is maybe $800 or something, so it's like probably more than double.
Yeah, probably a shoebox too.
Yeah, so 1 bedroom, yeah. So at the time I was like I was stressed out about it and how I was going to be able to pay for it, but I just said, I'll make a plan. I'll get a part-time job, and thankfully I found one, which I knew I didn't want to be in it forever, but I knew through this transition period that I needed that, because there's no way with like what I was doing with the music that I'd be able to make enough instantly just to be able to pay all my bills every month. So yeah, I got a part-time job at a restaurant, and I did that for about 5 months, and then I transitioned into like a 32 hours a week job, so almost full-time. But I hated that, and I only did that for about a month and a half, and then I decided to try, because by that point I'd been getting things in order. I was building my business, I was making more money, I was having some good months. I felt more just aligned with what I wanted to do. I was, not doing the bad habits, or very minimal, and really doing what I was supposed to be doing, and keeping those promises to myself. And I built up that confidence through that of like, I can do this. And so that's when I decided I'm going to attempt to go full time at this new expense level, if you can say that. That's really when people ask me or I talk about it, it's like, that's when I say I went full time. Technically, in Kamloops and before, I was full time kind of, but my expenses were very low. So I don't really consider that like doing it full time. But once I quit that second job, it was in just a retail store, and the manager was just terrible. I was like, I can't fucking do this, bro. So I quit that, and then it was tough for a little bit. Like the first couple of months was super stressful.
Super
just
lean.
Super what?
Super lean, like very tight on your budget.
Yeah. I think the first month I quit, I only made like $1,500, and I was like, oh, bro, this is not good. But I just I fought through it, and I then quite quickly I started getting up to like 3-4K a month, where I was like just covering my basic expenses. I just built from there. So I'm super happy I quit when I did, and I took that jump. I think it's important that I did that. And I think if I'd stayed at those jobs, it would have just taken me longer to get to the point where I am now. So
did you find that after you quit that job, because how much you hated it and hated that manager, that you were finally ready to kind of go all in with what you were doing? You put all your effort towards that?
Yes. And also because before those jobs, like I'd never had jobs in South Africa. So it's quite common, and I learned that from moving here, that it's quite common when you're a teenager to get a part-time job.
For sure.
And to either help out the family or save that money for college or for a car or something, right? In South Africa, it's just, the narrative is so different. It's because there's not many jobs available to young people. I maybe had 2 friends that had part-time jobs, and that was it out of everyone I knew back then. It was like hundreds and hundreds of people. So the narrative is very different. It's more so just like really focus on your studies, make sure you get into a good high school, make sure you get into a good university, make sure you get a good degree, et cetera, et cetera. So, me coming here, then not really knowing what it takes, in a way. I felt like it was like a bit privileged, because like I never had to like eat shit when I was young and like go through that and then be like, okay, this is what it takes. So I think for me, I had to create that for myself, and how I created that was moving into that place by myself, getting those part-time jobs, and being like, okay, well, if I can't make music work, this is what I have to do. Like, this is what I have to do daily. So it's one or the other. Yeah. So I'm going to do this until I can figure out how to do it with the music.
Yeah, there's a question that I heard someone ask someone, and they had this dream and this huge goal. So they asked them, what's your worst case scenario? Like, well, my worst case scenario is I'm back here at the bookstore selling books. And then they say, you're already living your worst case scenario. Yeah. Like, you're already, if everything goes wrong, you're already in that situation where you don't want to be. So if the worst case is you end up back here, quit the fucking thing and go for it. Take that risk.
Exactly, yeah. But I didn't have that like circumstance in the beginning, so I had to create that for myself by getting that job and figuring out what my life, because I was before that in Kamloops, and before I was just in the state of I was just kind of floating through life, but not really having any direction or any sort of income goals or life goals or fitness goals or anything. So I think just creating those for myself really helped. And then it made me realize what it's going to take, the amount of work it's going to take for me to be able to go full time with music. And then also, like you said, like what's going to happen if I can't this is the jobs I'm going to have to work. And I'm just one of those people, like I just hate working a job. I don't know. I just hate working for other people. Not even so much other people. It's just like, there's just always random bullshit, like coworker drama or like at the restaurant, everyone always wanted me to go out with them and like do coke and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to do that, bro. Like,
That's the restaurant life for sure.
literally. I was like, this is not me. At that point, I was just so focused on making it work. So I think it was also trying to escape that environment a little bit. And yeah.
And it's hard when you're in that environment and you got people pulling you away from your dreams when you're so focused. So you got to cut that out, even if it was harder for a bit because you didn't have the income. But if you don't have a plan B, plan A has to work, right?
100%, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that, like what you said there about them, like, trying to pull me and get me to go out and stuff. And I always said no, because what I would do is a lot of the time I'd work, like, evening shifts or whatever. So, like, 4 or 5 p.m. I'd start. I'd get off, like, 12, 1 a.m. And I'd have to bus home because I didn't have a car at the time. Could not even dream of affording a car at that time. I was buzzing everywhere. And the one time I decided to go out with them, I remember it was St. Paddy's Day.
March 17th,
Yeah. Sounds about right, the timeline, the day. I decided to go out, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever, fine, I'll just go out one night. So I just went out with them straight from work after, like, my shift ended 12/1 or whatever. And then that was a night, like, my apartment got broken into. I was like, this is a sign. This is a sign not to do this. Should have been home. Should have just, like, stuck with what I know, and not
know to be right,
not stray from that. But that was just like, I just thought that was so, like, funny, and, like, the universe telling me, like, bro.
Well, the universe is powerful, man. We were out in Nelson and we hiked Kokanee Glacier, and we're driving up, and then part of the road's got 2 or 3 feet of snow on it, and the wife says, oh, we should park. I'm like, no, like, I'm gonna put her in 4 low, and we drive over top of it, get through, drive up to another section, even more snow. So we parked the truck, we hiked across, and then we're going, and then there's a bunch of trees falling down. I'm like, we can get around this. So we got even further, and then we got to the lake we wanted to hike around, and there's 2 foot of snow on the whole trail. And then I'm reading, there's like the info kind of sign, and it says, you're in bear country. And I look around, and there's snow everywhere, and there's no human footprints. No one's been there all winter. And I grew up north, and I've seen lots of bears, and I'm like, man, there's probably bears around here, and the water's really loud, so they're not going to hear you. And then I'm like, we should probably just fuck off. So we're walking out. My wife's really big into the universe and it providing for you and showing you signs. Okay, and then she says, there was deep snow there. There's no footprints. There was a tree across the road, and then there was 2 piles of snow. Like, that was the universe saying, turn around.
Yeah, literally, yeah. It's funny how that works, and sometimes then you look out for it, and then you notice things like that. And I don't know, yeah. I feel back then I was just in such a flow state, and, like, I don't know if you, like, meditate or you try and manifest things, but
manifest for sure.
I was big into that back then as well, and eating super clean and just being super. And I've fallen off that a little bit now, and I'm trying to get back to that state because I just felt like, I don't know, everything just feels like purer and cleaner, and, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a state of being when you're, like, focused on those things,
especially when you're feeding yourself proper fuel. Like, that's your gas tank.
Yeah.
If you're eating shit, you're probably going to feel like shit.
Oh,
if you're eating clean, you're going to have more energy. More energy means more focus. Hit your goals sooner, faster.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's something I guess I'm really trying to get back into, just that state of mind. But I don't know. It's hard now. Like, back then it was easy because it's like, when I was leaving Kamloops and getting that apartment and stuff, it was so much like, I have to do this. Like, and I was so driven to do it because I wanted this drastic change, and I just saw the trajectory I was going down. I was like, I don't want it to be like this. I need to make some changes. But yeah, I don't know. That motivation is kind of just lost now, and it's something, like, I'm trying to figure out, and it's kind of tough because I don't know.
Well, I can tell you what beats motivation: discipline.
Yeah. Discipline.
I know. Yeah. It's, you do it. I know. You do it one day, and then it's 2, and after a week, that's when it starts to get easy. There's what was it? It's James Clear, Atomic Habits.
I read that in Kamloops too. Love that book. Okay. That's what I was reading through that transitional period.
Okay, so that would have helped you a lot.
Yeah, it helped me a lot. Yeah.
So the thing that I took most away from that book was the habit stacking. So you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, and you say, okay, every time I brush my teeth, as soon as I'm done brushing my teeth, I'm going to go to the fridge, and I'm going to have a protein shake. And that's the start of your day. Yeah. Versus, I'm going to have a protein shake today, and then you might miss it, right? Yes. But if you start your day the same way, and then eventually habit 1 leads to 2, leads to 3, leads to 4, leads to 6 months of clean eating, you're feeling better.
Oh, I know. And I was so good at all that stuff back then too. It was super precise about what I was eating. All my meals were planned. It was even though, like in the beginning, once I quit those part-time jobs, I was even more dialed in. But in the beginning, when I had those part-time jobs, the schedule was kind of sporadic, but I was still so precise about when I was going to the gym that day or that week, and what time I was waking up. And yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a healthy sleep routine now?
Relatively. It's been kind of bad the last little bit too. Like, I don't know. It's been kind of bad since I just got a bit more comfortable, and especially since I moved into my last place in like December. I don't know. It's like, because it's that big drive of like wanting to like prove myself was a huge part of it for me in the beginning. Because also like my parents didn't really understand like what I did or what I was trying to do. And like they were pretty upset that I dropped out of college and stuff. And like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like no one just really like saw the vision, you know. So I was just like, I have to like, I'm gonna do this to prove it to everyone, and also prove to myself that like I can make this a viable career. And I think that was just such a huge part of it. And not to say I'm like where I want to be, but it feels like I've done that, and now it's just like, I don't know, that motivation is just like gone. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's the biggest thing I'm wrestling with right now. Like, I think about it all the time. Like, I don't like, yeah, that. And it's like, I'm trying to set like new goals, like bigger goals, whether it's like save up this amount for a house or this, that, and the third, whatever. But it's like, none of those give me the same drive and motivation that being able to prove that I can do this full time and make decent money from it. Nothing gives me that same drive as that.
So when you quit those part-time jobs and you went all in, what was your plan A? Maybe we can get to the bottom of that and we can figure out how to.
If you can help me with this, I would love it, because this is like the biggest thing like I'm facing right now, and I hate it. Like, I'm struggling with it a lot. Sorry, you said the biggest.
So like when you quit those jobs and you went all in,
yeah,
what was your plan? Like what did you want to achieve? Can you go deeper into that?
I mean, I wanted to make enough money to be able to not only pay all my bills through that, but make a bit more than that, make like a decent amount of money in my eyes. And I wanted to get a car, and I wanted to get a better apartment, and I wanted to get a girlfriend. So those were like, yeah, it's funny. It was girlfriend, car, apartment, better apartment, and what was the fourth one? I can't remember what the fourth one was. The big four, I called them.
Wanted to make enough money so it was over and above kind of what you need to live?
Yeah, I think there was some value on it, but I can't even remember. Maybe it's a different one. But anyway, so I did all of those, and then after that, it's just been, the motivation has slowly been fading, and now I'm at a point where it's like, I don't know, I'll get bursts of motivation every now and then to do the vlogs or to do the mixed marathon thing I started doing, or like stream some more, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just like, I feel like I've done those, and like there's nothing else that like internally is like driving me ridiculously, which sounds so stupid, because it's like I want to achieve so much more, and like I do, but it's not like do or die, and that's the problem.
Because before,
it was do or die.
If you fucked up, you'd be homeless, right?
Yes. Like, I don't have family here, really.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask friends or something, like, could I sleep on your couch? Or I have to call up Adrian, bro, can I come move into your office?
So that's a huge motivator there.
So it was a huge motivator. Yeah, like there was no backup plan. It was like, scrape all the money. Even when I had the part-time jobs, like, they paid really badly. Most months I'd make more from music still than I did the part-time job, but together they were just enough for my expenses. And so, yeah, it was just like you said, it's like I couldn't mess up. Like, I had to make it happen, and that was such a big thing. And it's like, I feel like I've overcome that, and it's like, I want to keep pushing, I want more, but something in me is just like comfortable now, and I'm just like, I just don't have that like drive anymore, like, which is so stupid. Like, I don't know, it sounds so stupid to say, but like,
do you have to work very hard in your job now to make ends meet, or does it all come kind of pretty naturally and easy?
It comes pretty easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So easy times make
weak men.
Weak men make hard times. Hard times make
so true.
So
and I see that playing out with myself.
Yeah, in your life right now. It's like you're in the easy time, and you're. I don't want to call you weak, but you're.
Yes.
You're kind of falling off from where you were.
100%. Yeah, And that's like something I'm struggling with, and I'm trying to get back to that point of like just being absolutely locked in. But it's like I need to create a goal for myself where I want it enough to like do that. That's at least that's what it feels like internally. But yeah.
Do you have any big goals with where you want to take your career or anything like that to help motivate yourself?
I can't, you say that, I can't think of like a specific one where it's like, I want to work with this artist, or I want to do this, or I want that amount of money. Like, yes, I want to keep scaling. I want to keep making more money, of course. I want to continue to start working with bigger, more high profile artists and stuff like that. But
well, why don't we get into that a little bit? We haven't even really introduced you to everyone.
Sure. Let's
so they know you're Dan, but why don't you tell us what you do?
Yeah. So, I mean, my name's Dan. I go by Get2gether, and I do audio engineering for anyone in the music industry, mixing and mastering. I do custom production as well. So I make beats for people, instrumentals for singers. And then mixing and mastering is the post-production. So all the effects and everything that goes on to the instruments and the voice to make it sound professional, for them to release it to Spotify and play shows and whatever. So that's what I do. And I started off as an artist myself, and then just really fell in love with like the mixing side of things. I like to have the final say in projects, I guess. I'm greedy that way. I like to know that once I put my touch on it, that it's gonna be released ready to go that way. And yeah, I have a lot of enjoyment working like on different artist vocals. Like I love working with pop singers and then like rappers as well, and R&B artists, and kind of mainly those three genres. But there's always the random country artist or reggae artist that I'll work with or something like that. So I'm kind of open to all of it. But
do you have like your own studio where they can come in and record?
Yeah, well, actually, when I was in Kamloops, we had a space with Adrian, and we had some people in there. But what I do mostly is remote mixing and mastering. Yeah, so people just send me the files. Oh, so I just do it from my home studio.
So they record it kind of in a studio, send it to you, and you put the icing on the cake. You make it better.
Exactly. So I don't mind doing some in-person stuff, but I prefer the online stuff a lot more, to be honest. I like to just work on my own schedule. And also the problem with in-person stuff is, and there's a lot of problems with it, but firstly, you get paid by the hour. A lot of people just want to pay you by the hour, whereas like now I do based on the project. Yeah. And another thing is like I've not with everyone, but with a lot of people, there's just bad experiences working with people in person. Like they want to smoke in your studio or at the dab pen or like do this, that, and the third, or they bring random people and, rappers.
Yeah, it sounds like more restaurant drama.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't want that, right? So that's why I really shifted into the online stuff. But I was kind of doing that from the beginning. I never started out as like an in-person studio engineer or recording engineer. I was always a post-production mixing and mastering engineer. So yeah, I'm really grateful that's kind of the path I went down. Because I know some guys that are doing the in-person stuff, they struggle. Like they work, I don't even know, crazy hours every week, and they make way less. So anyone that's mixing and mastering engineers, I would urge you to try and do the online stuff. It's so much harder in the beginning, but once you build it up, I think it's a lot more lucrative.
Yeah. Are you happy in your life right now?
Yes, I would say so. Yeah. Okay. The biggest thing that I'm struggling with is what we've been kind of speaking about. Yeah. That's the only thing that I'm not really happy with. Yeah.
If you were given $1 million every day and you had to spend every single penny of it, what would you be doing?
Some traveling, but in terms of the music stuff, I'd want to continue to do it, and I'd want to put money into artist development, like developing certain artists who I really believe in. The problem is you need a massive ad budget to get any type of motion towards any type of independent artist. So there's some artists that I work with that are super talented. And I do some things in that niche. Like I help artists with content, with release plans. So I do other stuff besides just the engineering. And that's why I think maybe I've also seen a bit more success in other engineers, because they'll cap themselves at just doing the mixing and mastering. But I try and kind of go above and beyond and help with the song release and the branding and the systems, fan funnels, building out a Discord for them to funnel people, all that type of stuff. So I think I would get more into that, and I would find artists I really like and really believe in, and try and push their careers to like the highest highs, and be there with them and go to the live shows with them. And yeah, I think I do really have a passion for that type of stuff. But
So they say if you had that amount of money, whatever the answer is, that's what you should try and kind of push towards.
yeah, and it's interesting you say that, because I've been thinking about it and starting to put some pieces into place into that a lot more recently, in terms of like the artist development and helping artists with their brand more and stuff, because that's a big issue. Like this one rapper I can think of, or singer rapper, who's super talented that I work with, but in terms of branding and like content, it's just not there at all. But he's insanely good, insanely good.
What would you do to help him change that if he gave you, carte blanche just to run with it? What would you tell him?
Well, I mean, Instagram needs to be cleaned up, and he needs way more professional photos of him. Like, he doesn't have any professional photos. It's just random like cover arts with audio and random clips of like, when you have like a song or like audio on your phone on the files, and it's just got that little waveform sign. It's like random clips like that, and there's no like reels like where he's like performance based reels, which that's like the biggest thing right now for musicians. So I would just really get into the content and the branding of his Instagram, and build that out to look more like a professional artist. Like he just doesn't look like a professional artist, but he's so good, and he totally could be. So that's like the first thing that I would dive into with that.
Kind of like a content manager sort of thing?
Yeah, I guess. Content manager. Creative director, A&R, I guess, is maybe the term in the music industry. But
what does A&R stand for?
I don't even know. I'm trying to think. Artist recruitment, maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
But it's A&R's kind of, they bring the talent to the labels, and then, well, traditionally, I mean, labels are basically dead now, but they used to bring artists to the labels and then kind of build out their brand, build out a plan in terms of releasing songs, marketing budget, that type of thing. So yeah, just artist development basically. So yeah, I think I want to get into that a lot more.
What sort of budget would you need to start off to help this one artist out, you think? I'm not in the music industry, so I don't know what a small budget is, and I don't know what a big budget is.
I mean, a lot of the stuff, the initial changes you can do for free. And it's like, I guess if you wanted to hire a photographer, there would be some minor costs with hiring a photographer, and maybe a videographer for some good music videos.
I think we know a guy.
Yeah, we do, exactly. He's in the States, so that's the only problem. But so I would do that. In terms of a budget, I don't know. We could start out with something smallish, like $1,000.
Well, that's not too bad then.
Yeah. And then just build it up, scale it up.
Have you thought about maybe starting kind of your own, I don't know, like brand agency, and then you could have outside investors who are just, they plop the money in and then they get a return if there is a return?
I haven't thought about doing that with investors. I've started something like called the Hitmakers Club, where I take on artists who want more help in the developmental side of things, like kind of how we're just talking about. And I help them more one-on-one with the branding, the content, the release schedule, release plan, scheduling, all the things like that. But without a proper budget, it's so limited in terms of like what I can do. But so I haven't thought about investors. I mean, I could always look into that. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know how that would look with return on investment.
High risk, high reward.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you find the next little lane or something, right?
That's true. I mean, if one of them takes off, that's one thing. But I guess maybe I am scared that won't come to fruition or something, and then I'm in all this debt to investors.
But you'd have something in there where they realize that it could be. It's like you buying Bitcoin. Like maybe Bitcoin goes to zero, right? They understand that there is a risk for that, and you could find investors that want to get in on the ground level with someone who are huge into music, who maybe have the same enjoyment that you do out of it by finding that person, helping to nurture them, helping to bring them up, but they don't have the skills to do that, but they want to see someone do better.
Mm-hmm. But what do you mean? Like, what does that look like in terms of like the investment though? Because they want a return on their investment, or at least their investment back, right? Because
you'd have something in there where there's a provision, this may go to zero. There's no guarantee that this artist is going to pop off. But if they do, you have this ironclad contract signed by the artist that, hey, your first, X dollars per year, this is deducted to repay the investor's initial one.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't know what
percentage profit.
Percentage.
Yeah.
I don't know what the standard kind of deal in the music industry is.
Just no standard deal nowadays. It's all wishy-washy all over the place. But I mean, that's interesting. That's definitely something I can look into. The only thing with that is I don't know if people would be interested in investing unless it's like got a big promise of a high return.
Well, I mean, think about it. They have, like you mentioned you're doing some streaming, but they have the video game houses where they bring the young kids in, like the FaZe house and stuff. And like, hey, we think you're going to be good. So FaZe itself is paying for the rent, paying for them to, better computer to play on all this and helping them develop their skills. And then if they take off and win tournaments, then the FaZe clan gets a portion of that.
It would be cool if I could do it at like a house, get all the artists in one house.
Yeah.
That would be kind of crazy.
That's next level.
That is next
And then
level.
what you do, if you get to that point, is you already have your agency going, and then that's a TV show. That's a reality show right
100%,
there. And that would sell. People would love that because, like you were saying, if you had people with actual studios, people are smoking, hitting the weed pen, bringing all their buddies, you would have a house full of personalities.
Oh, yeah. Just stream that. Like, because streaming, that's the thing, too. Streamers are, like, kind of taking over, like, the music industry right now. And all the rappers... It used to be cool to be a rapper. Now it's cool to be a streamer. So like even the rappers want to be streamers and they want to just stream themselves doing music stuff or even just lifestyle type of stuff. It's like that's the new rapper.
Wasn't that what Logic One did? He went and quit rapping and he wanted
to.
Did he? Yeah,
I don't know.
A couple of years ago he quit rapping because he wanted to stream video games.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like the thing now, streaming. But yeah, I mean that would be so cool if I could get like a house, get a bunch of super talented people in. I mean, that's definitely something I could look at. I could budget it out and see what I would need, And
if you had a project like that, that's where investors could see, like, hey, we're going to do this. We have these super talented people. We've got MTV on board to do the production of the filming and stuff. And then this is what we figure the return is going to be because it's going to be on TV. It's going to be on Twitch. There's going to be that Big Brother show?
Yeah.
They had, you could go on and there were certain cameras that you could see 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you have stuff like that set up. And then at least when you're pitching it, anyone that's doing a financial backing, they can see, okay, there's a percentage of return that I'm most likely going to get. The show could still be a flop. You can't guarantee that. But there's at least an avenue for them to see a return versus the other way. It's kind of like winning the lottery.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Yeah. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah.
I'm going to budget it out, see what I would need.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be an estimate, but.
So do you think if you were helping more artists, even at the lower level, just with their content and helping build them up and getting them more kind of show ready and more forward facing, that would bring you a little more enjoyment and have a little more direction for you to go?
100%. But I think what you're mentioning at a bigger scale would give me a lot more enjoyment and fulfillment in that avenue because I help like a lot of people with it on a small scale, but sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it does, and like I'll get off a call with someone. I'll be like, that was like really dope that I was able to help them in that way. But it fades quick, and I feel like I want like a big project like that where it's like I'm creating massive value for them and like massive opportunity instead of a little bit of opportunity here, a little bit of opportunity there. This person. I think something big like that would definitely kind of spark that motivation up again and like make me a lot more excited about it.
I know in my life, anytime the goal has been more risky and if I fail, it's catastrophic, I'm always more excited to try that one than I am the small ones, right?
It's so true. Like, I mean, I was so excited about that, that big transitional period. So excited. I loved it. I was like feeding off of it, I was an animal back then. I was so locked in, just like, I was crazy. And it's like, I just want that again, but I can't do it again with the same thing because I've done that now. So it's like, I mean, I really like the idea. So I appreciate it. I'm going to definitely look into it. Like, if I can make that work, like, that would be crazy. But it's, I got to look at numbers, look at I like the house idea, but I wonder what that would look like if I had to do it in America. I wonder if I could do it in America, because I feel like most of the artists would probably be American.
Mm-hmm. Not LA right now, but somewhere else.
Not LA. Yeah. Texas or something cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No state taxes there.
Yeah. Exactly. I like my aunt lives in Texas actually,
Okay.
so yeah, she's in Austin now. It's a nice city actually.
Trying to convince my wife to move there. That's where I want to end
Really?
up. Yeah.
Austin or
Yeah, Austin.
Austin, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I look at probably once a week. Go look at like Remaxing the houses. I'm looking what you can buy down there.
It's crazy.
Insane. A house that was built 5 years ago. It's 6 bedrooms. It's on 2 acres, and it's like 650,000.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. Canada housing prices are just cooked.
Yeah. Can't even buy a shitbox here for that
No,
much.
we're screwed. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, buying a house is not even in my. I was looking at the other day actually. It's not even in my plans, like at all. I don't think in the foreseeable future.
I don't think there's anything wrong with renting. I rent my home. We actually have to move because it sold, and we had looked into buying it because it was the easiest thing to do just to stay there, and had an accepted offer, and then went to go do the mortgage. And this is something that I had no idea this is the way it worked, but my wife's got about $100,000 in like credit available.
Yeah.
No debt. I've got about $100,000 separate from hers. No
Nice.
debt. But from like line of credits and credit cards
Yeah.
and stuff, the way they do it is they take your total credit available, and then when they calculate you for what you can pay for a mortgage, they calculate it as if those are maxed out. So if those are maxed out, we're paying, I don't know, minimum payments like $10,000 a month. So all of a sudden, I'm now making less money on paper according to their calculations than to even service that debt. So there's no chance for me to be able to buy the house. I got fucked.
Yeah.
So too many credit cards, but I'm using them properly. Like
Yeah.
they're all paid on time. There's no balances on them, and so now
That's annoying.
yeah, it sucked. Kind of
Have you moved already?
No, we have till August 31st.
Okay, a little bit of time.
So I haven't found anywhere yet.
Okay, you're still looking.
Yeah.
Kamloops, I'm assuming you stay.
Yeah, well, I got 2 kids here too.
Okay, nice.
And then they live with me about half the time, then with their mom the other half the time.
Nice. How old are they?
And they're 10 and 12.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Fun.
Getting into is high school here at 13? Like
Yeah.
grade 8? Yeah.
Yeah, so my oldest will go to high school next
Yeah.
year.
Cool. What do they do? What are they into?
Younger one plays rugby.
I was a rugby player.
Yeah.
Injured my shoulder and I stopped. I played up from grade 2 or 3 up until 15, 16. Had the shoulder injury, dislocated it.
Dislocated. Okay.
And the issue with that was we were playing some like northern school, so it's like in the northern suburbs of Cape Town, which is pretty remote from everything else. So my shoulder was out for like about 45 minutes or an hour until we got to the hospital.
Okay.
And then in the hospital, it took about another hour to get into. They just sedated me and then someone popped it back into place.
Yeah.
But they were worried maybe something else was like further wrong, so they didn't want to do anything on the field. So because I was out for so long, it was very weak afterwards, and then I dislocated it again, and then I had to have surgery. So after that, I was like,
yeah, once you do it once and then it happens again, it just gets worse. I did my big toe when I was probably around the same age.
oh, really? Is that sore?
It's still messed up. What had happened is like, imagine like here's your thumb, and this is the same as your toe. This piece popped out and was so far back that you couldn't see my toenail. And then they froze it, and then they reefing on it in the hospital an hour or 2 later. And he stops. He's like, "Is it hurting?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's hurting." He's like, "Well, I got to pull harder." I'm like, just do it, man." And I can remember when it went back in, just instant relief.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
It still hurts, but the level of pain just
yeah.
drops.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the end of my rugby. And then from there,
Is that when you got
got into the music, and I needed another outlet because rugby took up so much time every week, and I just had all this free time, got bored of playing video games, can only play so many FIFA matches, kill so many people in GTA. You got to do something else with your time. So I was like, I just had a passion with music, and that's when I started it with my best friend. I don't know if we got into that.
Yeah, we were talking about. He lives in the UK now.
Yeah, he lives in the UK. Yeah, we started that together, and that's really when I started to take it seriously. And yeah, he stopped after a couple of weeks, but I went all in, and from the beginning, it was like I was interested in the business side of things as well. It wasn't just a creative outlet. So yeah, had random guys pull up to my mom's house, walk through the kitchen, full grown men that she'd never met, you know.
Twice
and
your age or what?
At least. Yeah. I was like 15-year-old kid, like, don't worry, mom. They're like smoking out in the back. I'm like, oh, this is not good. But my mom was so cool with it. She was like so chill. I guess she was happy I was like trying to do something. So she was, yeah.
Was she a big influence on your life, being supportive?
Oh yeah, for sure. My mom's super supportive. Like even, I mean, when I dropped out of college and stuff, she was kind of just more so like, well, do you want to study something else? Should we look at other programs or whatever? I was like, no, I'm just going to make it work. And I don't think she got that, but she still supported me in that way and was like, okay, you do what you got to do. So
how is your relationship with your parents?
Good. Good now, yeah. Sometimes a little bit rocky with my dad when I was younger, but now it's pretty good with both. And my dad lives in Parksville, so I visit him quite often. My mom's coming from South Africa next month, actually.
To come visit?
Yeah. So that's going to be nice to see her.
What's the relationship with your twin?
Yeah, good. I mean, we're very different people. There's a lot of things that are like quite different about us. I mean, it's funny now because as a kid, he was always like the artsy one, the creative one, and I was always the sports one.
Okay.
He was a bit more introverted. I was a bit more extroverted. But now I would say he's more extroverted. I'm more introverted. And I mean, he's also still creative, but I've also gone down the kind of creative route. So it's just funny how it changed. But
did he go into a creative kind of industry as well for work, or are you like the black sheep?
I am the black sheep for sure. I had a cap that said like black sheep or something. I was like, that's me. But he just finished studying, and he got a job for a bit in the fashion industry. He likes fashion.
Oh, cool.
So he wants to get into fashion. I don't think he's really sure yet of what role he wants to play or what he wants to do in it, but he wants to do fashion, so he's figuring that out and trying to do his own thing but I think he's a lot less entrepreneurial than me, so he more so wants to get into a role and be kind of mentored.
Yeah.
Whereas I was like, I'm just gonna fucking figure it out, bro.
I think with the entrepreneurial thing, it's something innate. It's just you have it or you don't.
It's so true, dude. It's so true. It's in you or it's not in you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. You can't really teach that.
No.
It's like a fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to stoke it. There's something you want to do, and you got to throw gas on there. You got to throw more wood on there, and the hotter it burns, the more excited you're getting in what you're doing. And you either have that or you don't.
Yeah. And it's like you're almost delusional to the point where like you believe you can do anything. Like I feel like if I wanted to do anything, I can do anything. Like it doesn't.
I'm exactly the same way.
It doesn't really matter what it is.
Yeah, there's something that I read. I'll probably butcher it, but it was something along the lines of when you're starting your own business, you have to be naive enough to think it'll work, but stupid enough to keep hammering your head against the wall when it's not.
So true. So true. Yeah, you have to be, almost delusional to think you can even make it, and then because some people might have different experiences, but I feel like for most people that go into the entrepreneurial space, it's like there's months, if not years, and maybe for some people a decade before you see any real success or any like return on time investment and money investment into what you're doing. And so you have to be delusional to just keep going at it. Like you haven't gained anything in the last year from it, but you're still going at it because you believe you can make it happen.
I think a lot. That's why you see a lot of sports stars and athletes go into business eventually.
Yeah, that's true. You do.
Yeah, they've NFL player, professional rugby player, they reach that echelon and they know what it takes to succeed. But for them to even get there, the thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people they had to beat out before then, they've been through it all before. They are delusional.
Exactly. They've had that fierce like competition before, so they know what it's like. Yeah.
Was going into audio your first kind of foray into business then?
Actually, no. When just before I started music and I had the shoulder injury and all that, I wanted to be like a Forex trader. Like that was my thing. I wanted to trade stocks as well, but like mostly do like day trading Forex and stuff. That really excited me. So I got a book. I started taking notes. I like created a whole just notebook basically of tips and advice. And I met with my mom's friend's friend who did some of that stuff. I met with him and spoke to him about it. But once the music came along, it was just like, I don't know, I was just laser focused on that. And then when I was 15, 16, just starting out in my mom's, like my bedroom, my mom's house. I got on Fiverr, listed mixing and mastering as a service, listed songwriting as a service. And the songwriting, that's how it started taking place for me. Like my first, any bit of money, like first couple thousand, 3,000-4,000 was from songwriting. Maybe 1 or 2 mix and masters here, which is what I do. I do mix and mastering now. Yep. I do songwriting for like 1 client still, but that was how like I got my break. Is I would just like research like how to rank higher on like the Fiverr algorithm and like do all these like tricks and techniques to try and get my profile seen more. I guess it worked, or maybe it was just luck and a couple people ordered things and they left really good reviews, and then it just kind of, it naturally just snowballed, which is so funny because now it's like I do so much outreach, so much content, so much live streaming, making sure that I have leads coming in, return to clients. But it's on Fiverr, it was just like, they'd just be coming to me, like, which was so weird. And at the time, I was not prepared for it at all, right? I'm this like 16-year-old kid. And I remember one guy asked me to write him a song for him to propose to his girlfriend with. And I'm like, I don't know anything.
You don't know love yet.
I'm 16, bro. And I just started music like 6 months ago, a year ago. I was like, I don't, but I took it on. That's like one thing I always say too, is never say no. Like, especially if it's in your business. So anything, mixing and mastering, production, if it's a genre I'm not comfortable with, or it's a project I'm like scared to do, or I don't think it's that exciting, I never say no. Like I always just take it on. And I think that's like served me really well in terms of building up like a good business. So I took that on. I wrote him a proposal song.
Did she say yes?
I didn't hear back. And I was like, one of the worst things ever is like not hearing back how it went. So maybe she said no, maybe he just never went back on Fiverr, because we were messaging on Fiverr.
Yeah.
So hopefully it went well. Shout out that guy. I forget his name. It was years ago.
No Google review from that one then?
No, I guess not, yeah. But yeah, so that's how everything started with the music. The business side, I guess you could say. That's how the business side of things started with the music. And then that really sparked me to want to get into it more. And so I don't know why I didn't stick with just the songwriting. I really wanted to pivot into mixing and mastering. I think I just enjoyed that more than the songwriting. And then eventually I picked up like production too, so making beats and instrumentals. And that was probably the hardest part to learn, like making the sounds and the beats from scratch. Mixing and mastering I picked up relatively quick. Also because I was making a lot more of my own music at the time, and I had this guy in the UK who'd mix and master it for me. Okay. So he was like my engineer. Yeah. And so we'd sit on calls on Discord and I'd watch him mix my song and I'd ask him, what did you do there? How did you make it sound like that? Oh, can we do this? Oh, what plugin was that? Like
almost like a mentor.
Exactly. And I'd just sit in on the sessions. I used to pay him like $50, 50 US maybe a song. So pretty cheap, really cheap. And then I'd just get him to tell me what he's doing. And so it was a very natural way of learning. Like I did go to school for it eventually here, but I learned nothing, to be honest. That's why I dropped out.
Wasn't serving you at all?
Not at all, no.
If you already have the skills and it's not kind of upping your game, then why not go out and start making money for it?
Well, exactly. At the time, like, if you want to touch on the school thing, it was like, I was already starting to make a little bit of money. Like, I think some months I'd make $2,000 or $2,500. And at the time I was 19, I thought that was dope. I was like, so sick. In the program I was in at Douglas College, I mean, whatever, shout out Douglas College, no hate, but it was just a very broad, general music program. We do like random stuff that I already knew at that point I wanted to be an online mixing and mastering engineer. But the program was just so broad. It's like live sound for bands and like movie scoring, and like the movie scoring is kind of interesting, but it's all this stuff that like is just not what I wanted to do. And I would be commuting like an hour and a half by bus to college every day, hour and a half back for some class that has nothing to do with what I want to do. And I'm already making money from it, like what I actually want to do. So that's why I got to a point I was just like, I'm just going to drop out because this isn't just not serving me anymore.
Well, you're not learning anything.
Yeah.
Maybe so it's probably more like more like a basic intro kind of thing at the start?
It was really like an intro to like the audio world.
Everything.
I could say, yeah. It's like everything, yeah. But I would say, for people who already know what they want to do, it's just not a good option, because this is more for, I think it's more for people who are like exploring the music world and like not sure where they want to go.
Yeah. So you almost needed like an internship.
Yeah,
For someone
at a studio
doing
or something.
a studio.
And that's why I started looking into, and I started reaching out, but I couldn't get one. So I just
Did it
was like,
yourself.
do it myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy it worked out that way because, yeah, I'm so lucky the position I'm in with like the work that I do and like the freedom that it gives. Like I don't know anyone else that like does just fully online stuff and like doesn't have to deal with. But maybe some people like that, right? Like maybe, and at times I do like the in-person stuff with people, but I know most engineers rely on that like for like 80-90% of their incomes, like the in-person traffic, and it's a lot more like late nights and tough sessions. So
A little more time intensive probably
yeah,
too.
way more time intensive. So
When you quit your job and you started doing this full time and you were all in, was there at any point when you're like, fuck, this isn't going to work? Maybe I need to pivot?
Dude, when I quit, so when I moved back to Vancouver after Kamloops, and then quit my job and I had that month, it was June or July, I made 1,500. I was super, super stressed. And I think the month after I maybe made 22 or 27 or something. Better, but still not what I needed to be making. I remember those 2 months were just the hardest of my life. I'd go on runs like every single night just because I was like, I needed to let this out. Otherwise, I would just be sitting there like riddled in anxiety about like how I'm going to pay rent or whatever. So I just go on runs every night. Some nights I would just cry, bro. I'd just be running down this like this beautiful path in Kerrisdale that kind of like overlooks the city and like it's really nice when the sun's going down and stuff. But I remember I would just like run and just like bawl my eyes out, bro, because I was like I don't know how this is going to work. But there was never a point where I was like, oh, I don't want to do this, or like I think I should try something else. I always just knew that like, I don't know, yeah,
Work out?
like it's like we were talking about earlier. It's just that like fire. It's like I'm gonna fucking make this happen. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Doesn't matter if I have to pick up some side work or like do something else for the meantime. I'm gonna make it happen. Luckily, once I quit those jobs, tough couple of months, but I was able to make it work. And I had a bit of savings as well that I burned through. I think I had like 12K in savings, and I burnt it down to maybe like 4K, 3 or 4K in those couple months.
Did something change? Did you start doing something differently, or like how did things start picking up?
I think just through the consistent routine that I had allocated time for the things that I needed to do in order to get the clients that I needed to pay the bills. So like every single day I have like an hour or two dedicated to outreach. So doing cold DM outreach. And that's how I got like most of my clients in that beginning phase it's the cold DM outreach. And then I got way more into the content at that point too. When I quit those jobs, I bought that Sony camera. Just before I quit my job, I bought that camera. And then started getting into that, and then started getting to I'd streamed before, and I had like this collab stream with this other producer from Iowa that we did that was kind of successful, but then we kind of had a falling out, so we stopped that, and then I started just solo streaming. And when I was solo streaming, like that also really helped just like build trust and build like a relationship with people who would come and watch the streams, then they wanted to get a song mixed or something like that. So I think I can't really say it's like I did anything different. I was just way more structured in terms of how much time I'm spending on outreach. I think I maybe raised my prices a little bit. And then the only other thing I can think of is starting to offer like bulk deals. Because before then I don't think I was ever doing like EP deals or album deals where like you come to me, you get a whole EP mix, so 4, 5, 6 songs, or if you want an album, 9, 10, 11 songs. I don't think I was doing that before that point. And as soon as I started doing that, I started getting some sales. So it'd be like, so I get like $700 a pop, $1,000 a pop, $1,400 a pop. And that at the time, made up a decent portion of my income that I needed for the month. So that relieved some stress when I started making those sales. So yeah, I mean, besides that and just doing the outreach and grinding the content, I don't think there's anything else that I was really, there's no huge switch, it was just like relentless DMing and messaging back and forth and trying to provide value up front. And yeah, I don't even know. It just happened so fast kind of at that point. But I'd also been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Like even the outreach I'd been doing for years and years. I mean, at that point I was 21. I'd been trying to grind it pretty seriously from 19 and even before 19 for a couple of years semi-seriously. So
Yeah. How many clients do you work with usually on average now a month?
Oh, I needed like I want to look at my phone, but I know off by hand. I don't know how many clients I had a couple months ago, so maybe April or but I had like 63 transactions, and that was quite a big month. 63, 65 transactions. If I had to guess the amount of clients I work with per month, I'd say anywhere from 15 to 35 maybe. Because I have like different tiered offers now. So like the the bulk deals gave me a good idea of like how to service better and offer and get like more income at a certain tier at once, which really helped. But then there's another issue I was running into where there's like clients who want to get a mix, but so I charge in US because most of my clients are American.
Yep.
So I charge anywhere for one song anywhere between right now it's $200 US to $300 US depending on how big the project is, how many stems. But there's a lot of people that want to mix this, but they couldn't afford $200 a song. Like it's just too much for them or whatever. Well, they didn't want to do it. So I needed to create a system where I could still work with these clients who can't pay that much, but I can still try and do the mix with them and provide value. But if I was just taking them on regularly, like it's not a really good business move. I that would fill up my plate so much if I took on so many people at like $50 a song or something. So I created this year, that this is a new thing, but these mix marathons where I'll go live on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and I'll be live for the first one was fucking ridiculous. I was live for 16 hours, bro.
Jeez.
Just mixing music for 16. I did 43 songs, I think, in 16 hours.
That is a marathon.
Crazy. But now I do like 8 hours, and it works out pretty good. So I'm doing another one at the end of the month. But yeah, the whole deal with the marathon is it's like just supposed to be a fun event. You can send a song in for 50 US, so about 70, 75 Canadian. You get a mix and master. You can get a beat lease for free as well. Any of my pre-existing beats, because that's no extra work on my behalf.
Yep.
So they can take a beat lease. And then, a big pull for that as well is, the price. But then also, like, you can come to the live stream and give me feedback while I'm mixing it live. And I cut clips from the streams of the best songs and post them to my second YouTube channel as extra promotion. So I'm using all these as selling points, obviously, to these clients. And obviously, just because of the price, a lot of them want to do it because they know my normal price is at $200. So the thing with that is they don't get revisions. So if they do want anything changed, they do have to pay extra for that. So I have that at 35 US or 50 Canadian. But most people don't really care about that because if they do have to pay, it's like only $35.
Yeah.
That's still 85 is a lot better than 200. So those have been going pretty good. Adds extra 1,500 to 2,500 a month.
Pretty good day.
Well, exactly, because it's a day. I mean, there's some prep, there's a lot of messaging that goes in beforehand. I have to set up invoices, send invoices. But it is really like a day's work. So it is pretty cool to be able to do that.
Have you had any of your mixes for artists really pop off?
I don't know. I have no idea what like the biggest streaming song I've mixed is, to be honest. And it's so hard to tell nowadays too because like so many streams are fake. And a lot of the time the artist doesn't even know it's fake because like their little indie label or their label that they're on is buying the streams for them to try and
It's bot farming.
Yeah, just to try and get into the algorithm for Spotify. So it's hard to tell. In terms of the biggest like artists that I've worked with, or people, I mean, you're talking earlier about like Phase Replays. Obviously, he just started music, but streamer, Fortnite gamer. That's the biggest one that just happened. And then I've worked with Juice 22, who's a rapper from Miami. He owns a clothing brand too, and they like service like a lot of the big rappers like 21 Savage and Meek Mill and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Did that a year and a bit ago for him. I'd like to work on some more stuff with him because he's dope. Zammy, who is like the brother of I don't know if you ever heard of J.I. the Prince of New York. He was like a big rapper like a couple years ago.
No, I'm not too big into the rap scene.
Okay, yeah. So it's his brother anyway. So I work with him. He's quite big and pretty dope. Codis, who's like a rapper from Victoria, but Vancouver. he's pretty big in certain niches too. He has a lot of monthly listeners. I think he has, 200,000 or something.
Pretty big.
Yeah, but it's so, I don't know. It's so different too, because some people are big in certain cities, but not others. Some people are just big on the internet, but not really in person.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have fake numbers. Some people have real. So it's so hard to say like what's the biggest song or who's the biggest artist. You know.
You mentioned Phase Replay. Is that like the Phase clan? Like the
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he joined Phase. I don't know. Probably 7 years ago, or something like that.
That was the Fortnite guy you were talking
Yeah.
about. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so he's in Phase. Phase like rebranded, and they like most of the members in Phase now are streamers. Because like I was saying earlier, streaming is the new rapping.
Yeah.
That's what pays the big bucks. So a lot of them are just in like a content house together in LA, just doing content and IRL streams more so. But I don't know, Replays is still a member of a lot, because a lot of them got kicked out, and it was apparently like this whole drama. But he didn't get kicked out, and I think he's just like must just be cool with like FaZe Banks, who runs it all. So yeah, he's Canadian too. Lives in Montreal, which is cool. Yeah, shout out. But yeah, it's been really cool working with him, and because I actually used to, which is so funny. Apart from music, I actually love Fortnite. Like Fortnite, I don't know if you know that, but Fortnite's like what I play almost every day.
Okay, still.
Yeah, literally. And I used to watch, like with lunch when I was really grinding at that period. I wouldn't play as much, but I'd watch him play while I ate my lunch every day. So I was actually really a fan of his. So it was just crazy to like be able to work with him on music.
How did that connection happen?
I actually just DM'd him.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw he posted a clip of him just with a mic like this, the camera right here, just like singing over a beat, but there was like absolutely no effects. Like, how are you hearing my voice now? Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, I can really make this sound better for him. So I just sent him a DM. I put in the beginning in all caps music inquiry, and then I put a dash, and then I said my little piece. This is who I am. This is what I've done. I've been a fan of yours for a while. Would love to help you make the song come to life, something like that. And then he just replied. He was like, yo, let's chop it up in an hour. And I think he called me, and then we just spoke about it. And yeah, it just happened like that. It was just super random with the DM, you know.
You can't be afraid to reach out and take that risk.
No. I'm never afraid to do. Like, I'll DM anyone. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, if they don't reply, they don't reply. Like, who cares?
What's the worst they do? Say no?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? So yeah, that was one that came to fruition. That was really cool. Weird because it's not, you know, he's just starting to be a musician. He's not like an established musician, but he's an established content creator and streamer. So, and someone I actually watched a lot. So it's also just weird for me, like my two worlds combining, because I love Fortnite and then I love music, and then now I'm working with one of the biggest Fortnite streamers on music, on a song. It was like a really weird kind of coming together of those two things, but super cool. Yeah, and he's a really nice guy. So, yeah.
That's crazy how your two worlds kind of collided. And
I know. It was so weird. I was telling my girlfriend now. I was like, it's just, yeah, it's super weird.
So you did get the girlfriend then. You hit that goal.
I did, yes. I hit that goal. I did, yeah. Got the girlfriend, got the car, got the apartment. Yeah, so now I need bigger goals, like we were saying. Yeah. But I like the idea that you gave me.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll chat about that later some more. I think that'd be good.
No, seriously, I think maybe in terms of things like that, I've just been scared to like look at something like that because I have no experience with that. I don't know anyone that's ever done anything like that, and it's such a huge high risk. And I'm like, well, I've already done well to get myself to this point. Don't want to risk it all for that, but like at the same time, I do, because what else am I gonna do, dude? Just like sit around and like get lazy like I am right now. Like,
no risk,
it's not
no
fun
story
either. Yeah. Like I'm just like, I'm not as fulfilled as I could be. So I think that is something I need to look at. Something like that. Yeah.
Is the love you tattoo for the girlfriend, or is that for yourself?
Oh no, I actually don't remember what this is for. To be honest. I gotta be honest. I think I just liked it, and then I got this like one of my favorite. They're actually a duo, and they're brothers, like real brothers. Brev and Kim. Shout out Brev and Kim. I was really, really into their music when I moved to Canada, and I don't know if you've ever had this feeling where like you go to a new place and there's like a certain artist that you're listening to, or album or song, and it's like you kind of associate that experience and that place with that song or that artist.
For sure.
So that was kind of Brev and Kim for me when I moved to Canada. So because that's a huge change, so that was a big one. And so I just fell in love with their music and whatever. But yeah, they have an album called No Less Than 3, and they use like this thing to show the less than 3.
Oh, okay. So it's,
So I kind of just took that from that.
and it kind of looks like a heart too.
And it is a heart.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the text version of a heart. So yeah.
And your tattoos have, no 9 to 5? I could
No 9 to 5.
I can imagine what that one's for.
Yeah, exactly.
It's self-explanatory.
Yeah, I got that one to keep myself dedicated. This is for my favorite singer, Black Bear. Do you know Black Bear?
No.
Okay. Do you know the song Do Re Mi? Do Re Mi Fa So fucking done with you, girl. No?
No, I'm more into like EDM.
He has some EDM
Does
shit.
he?
He does some EDM remixes, but Hot Girl Bummer. You know that song?
Okay, yeah.
Hot Girl Bummer anthem. Turn it up and throw
yeah.
a tantrum. Yeah, that's Black Bear.
So
Anyway.
I didn't know that for years or however long it's been out. I didn't know that it was Bummer. I thought it said Hot Girl Summer.
Oh, really?
And then it popped up on my Spotify when I was driving. I was like, is this a different song? And I was like, oh, shit. I thought it was Summer the entire time.
No, so he's probably like my favorite artist of all time. Like really shaped the music. I started making the music that I liked listening to. His album, Digital Drug Lord from 2017 is so crazy. It's like what got me so motivated with everything. But yeah, so that's just really for Black Bear. This is like a butterfly because I just really love butterflies. And then if you see, it's like a microphone
there
with like some music
Oh,
notes
cool, yeah.
in the wings. One of my best friends from South Africa, Reese, designed this. It was one of my first ones. This was my first one. That's where my mom lives in South Africa. So just kind of like a thing for home.
So you remember where you lived?
Yeah, exactly. The doctors used to make jokes all the time, like, so we can post you back home and all this shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. And this one is just like a treble clef with a crown just for music. That was my second one. And then I think this, what do I have? Is it Bloom there? Or?
Yeah, that says Bloom.
Yeah. That was my first album I ever made. I think it's just hearts here for my family. This one was, I think, my latest one, and it's just like, it's got Africa with a music note, and then just like a travel world thing. Yeah.
I like tattoos too, obviously.
Yeah, dude. I like yours. I was looking at this farm one earlier. It's super sick.
Yeah, this is a guy out of Vancouver, Spencer. He's wicked. So that's the Valkyrie. She was my first one from him. And so I've got like up here, it's life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. And then the leaves are dying as they go down. That was my first one. And then I've got both my boys' names, Madden and Brady.
Nice.
And then this one, the Phoenixes, all the way up. And I just always I had this image in my head, just two birds like duking it out. And I went to an artist and I wanted just a forearm. She's like, we got to go bigger. And I was like, okay. So it turned into a full sleeve.
Yeah.
Took 13 months.
Dude, that must have been expensive. Tattoos here compared to South Africa, dude, so cheap back in South Africa. I mean, I know most of mine are smaller than yours, but I'm sure if you had to get done, it'd be like way cheaper.
I think she was like $220 an hour.
And how many hours? You said 13 hours?
No, 13 months. It was 55 hours.
55 hours.
Yeah.
At what, 200 hours? So over 10 G's. Right?
So I got this one here. Oh shit. So that's my son. That's Brady.
Oh yeah.
But that one I started crying. And it wasn't like
hurt?
it was super painful. But you know how sometimes you're crying and you just can't make it stop, you know what I mean? It's not like you're upset, it just kind of pours out. So that's what was happening. It was just sort of pouring out. And then I didn't get a tattoo for 9 years until this one started because I was so
traumatized.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. But what I did is I knew I'd eventually want another one. I wanted two sleeves eventually. So I put $100 away every single month for 9 years and didn't touch it.
That's commitment, bro.
Yeah. So I mean,
so you had it ready.
There was like, I don't know, over $11,000 in there. So it paid for most of that. And then after I got that, I'm like, I just want some kick-ass fucking tattoos. So I was looking. And then once I discovered Tattooist on Instagram, I was like, man, there's some talented people out there. And I saw a guy at the gym and he had this leg piece. And I waited till he was on his set. And I said, dude, where the fuck did you get that? He's like, all right. And he showed me the guy's Instagram. I reached out and I wanted, I was actually playing a lot of God of War at the time. Oh, yeah. So into the Norse stuff. And I've always really been like super into that. So I went down, I'm like, I want a Valkyrie. And he designed her. And
you said he's in Van?
Yeah, he lives in Van. He's actually retiring. I got one more piece planned with him next month. So we'll do that. And then I wanted the Fenrir, that's the wolf. He brings on the apocalypse.
Okay.
And then we put the castle in there so you could see the size of him. So he's massive. And then we were supposed to work on the second session of this. And I was like, what about a compass on my hand?
I like the hand one,
Yeah.
dude.
He's like, fuck, let's do it.
The hand's sick.
And originally I just thought like the circle. He's like, no, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have it off to the side, and then we're going to have it a little bit washed out because the hand's going to fade anyway. So it looks like it was like a stone compass, and over time the weather has worn it away. And then I got the knuckles done.
What are those?
This is chaos. No, journey, chaos, love, protection, and I don't
What's
remember.
the like lettering, or like what is that from?
It's the Norse kind of alphabet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different. So fuck, I forget. It's journey, chaos,
That one's gonna
protection.
be love, right?
This one's love. So what actually happened is you can see they're exactly the same. There's not supposed to be a line here. We were like so into it, and he hadn't messed up in like 10 years. And I was like, oh, dude, there's an extra one there. He's like, oh, fuck. So I'm going to get that part lasered, and then it won't be the same. Because you can see how this one's a little more squat and this one's longer.
Yeah.
Because they are different. But I mean, I wear the wedding ring over it, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get my wife's face here, like the Valkyrie, except she's going to have the wolf's head on it, like a headdress, like she just killed it. And that's going to be here.
Dude.
Yeah, that'll be the full chest piece. I got like 16 hours booked over 2 days.
8-hour sessions.
Yeah. The longest we did was like 11 with her. We did 11 hours.
Straight?
Yeah. And then like
get up to the boss
7 hours the next day.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Pretty wicked. But yeah, he's retiring. He's been doing it 20 years. And he's also an amazing, so talented painter. He wants to paint more. So
That's what he's doing.
he's going to move into that.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but yeah.
I don't know. I want more, but for like I just don't have a desire right now because I just don't know what I want. I think like you get that patch where it's like you just don't know what you want. So you're like whatever. I'll just wait till I know.
There's
I'm just kind of in there.
I mean, yeah, I don't. For me personally, if I don't know what I want, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, that's me too. That's what I'm in right now. But I want to get more too. I kind of like the patchwork stuff. There's like a bunch of small ones.
Yeah.
I think I kind of want to fill up this arm with like small ones, and then maybe move over to this arm, or I don't know. But yeah, I think filling up this arms because I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this arm or something.
Getting there.
Yeah. So probably just fill up that first. But yeah, I get them all in South. I think I've gotten all of them in South Africa except I have one here that's like my ex roommate did with like a stick and poke. It looks kind of ass, but like whatever. It says "Be happy."
Did it make you happy?
Yeah, I like it. I kind of fuck with it. But yeah, otherwise all of these I think I got in South Africa. So not that I couldn't get them here, but it's kind of a thing when I go back.
Cheaper.
It is cheaper, yeah.
Yeah,
it's quite a bit cheaper.
I know when we were in Bali, I kicked myself for not having the time booked out to do a tattoo because you could get full leg sleeve for like $1,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
can't get that here.
No, that'd be like 25 grand.
I wonder why it's like such a different price point. Is it the materials or is it just upcharging? You know,
everything's more expensive in Canada, I think.
Yeah,
like I bet you your rent in Vancouver is quite a bit higher than here, and way higher than over in South Africa, probably.
Yeah, actually, I was looking at properties in South Africa the other day. I think it is quite a bit more though, but it is definitely more. But yeah, Canada's just so expensive, like everything, man. It was like kind of, an adjustment getting used to that when I moved, because, I mean, at first, you're converting everything in your head. You're like, how much is this in South African currency? But then eventually you get to that point where you're just measuring it in dollars. And then now, because most of my clients are US, I normally like measure in like US versus CAD now, because I don't even think about South African rand anymore unless I have to look at it. But
what is the Canadian dollar compared to
the rand? So I think right now it's about 14 rand is $1.
And what does 14 rand buy you? Chocolate bar?
Maybe, if that. Yeah, I think like a pie, like you can get like a pie or like a sausage roll or something for maybe like 30 rands, like $2.
Like a little like meat pie?
Yeah, something like that.
We don't have those here.
No?
No, but I know when I was in Australia, I loved them, dude.
They're nice, dude.
Yeah, 3 in the morning, $2, and you get a little meat pie.
We had this place called King Pie back in South Africa. Oh, the sausage rolls were crazy. We had this thing in our junior school because I was at a co-ed junior school, so boys and girls, and then high school I was just all boys. Because in South Africa, like you're really pushed to go to single-sex high schools because those are the ones that excel. Like there
No
was
distractions.
I guess that's a theory. I don't know, but there was maybe Westerford, and my mom went there. That's the only school I can think of that's co-ed that's kind of decent at academics and sport. Their sport's kind of lacking, but the academics kind of decent. But otherwise, it's not even close. Like all the single-sex schools are just outpacing the co-ed schools by miles. So it's very encouraged to go to like, single-sex schools, which was weird for me when I first went because, I was around girls in junior school, and then it's just 160 boys in your grade all of a sudden.
Do you think that's why when you moved over here, getting a girlfriend was on the list because you're just around all the dudes?
I mean, I
I
had girlfriends in high school. I think getting a girlfriend. I mean, I had a girlfriend when I first moved to Van. Actually, I moved to Vancouver, and then I met her like really instantly. She was a musician too. She is a musician too. I think she's a mix engineer too, actually. And we met through some like song competition that I entered like as soon as I got here, basically. I think we dated for like just under a year, but we don't align on anything. So, but for the time, it was whatever. It was cool. But with that goal of like getting a girlfriend this time around, I think it was just more so like I don't even know, just like becoming the man who like deserves like a good relationship and like with a woman that's like aligned with my values and aligned with like what I want, because I feel like that's really hard to find, especially like when I wasn't working out that much and I wasn't like as confident and stuff. It's like super hard to find already. And then plus me figuring out like what my values are, what I want in a girlfriend, that shrinks the pool even more by a lot. So it's like, I think that's more so where it was from. Just like,
She's really supportive of
my girlfriend now?
Yeah.
Of like what I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, super supportive. I mean, we started dating. I was making quite a bit less money when we started dating, but even then, she was like, she saw it. She was like supportive of the dream and stuff. And even back then, I was supporting myself and doing decent. So,
and that's when you've got a good one too. If they're with you through the tough times, they're not there because of the money. They're there for you.
No, she's not there because of the money. Plus, her parents are loaded. She doesn't care about money like at all. So, and she's been there for me for like my dog had surgery, and that was like a huge thing. It was last October. It was like 12 grand that I had to just fork up.
What happened?
He tried to run up the stairs and he broke his elbow because he misjudged the step. He's a French bulldog. He's a fucking idiot. Misjudged the step, broke his elbow. It's very traumatic on my birthday. And I was like, man, I had to deal with all that. But yeah, it was very traumatic. And then also the money, 12 grand is a lot. So that was pretty traumatic. But she's so good through moments like that with me. And she's really good. Really good.
What does she do?
She's studying to be a psychologist.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's in school right now. Yeah. And she has a part-time job, just like students do. At a tanning salon right now.
Easy.
She likes tanning and
stay nice and golden.
Girl stuff. Yeah. She keeps telling me I need to go get a tan. I'm like, why not?
Do you tan pretty well?
In the natural sun, yes. Like in South Africa, I'll be pretty brown.
Yeah. Do you got a little bit of ginger in you? Maybe?
I don't think so. No. Do you see it?
I just think with the lighting, I kept imagining.
Maybe I do, bro.
Imagining you as a carrot top.
I don't think so. Maybe, but yeah, I know I tan pretty well, like in the sun. Since I moved to Canada, I'm definitely a lot whiter than I used to be. But
a little more sunlight over there, I think.
Yeah, more sun over there.
I tan pretty good too.
Yeah. I was just out in the sun more there too. I feel like, I don't know.
Well, Vancouver's pretty cloudy too, right?
Yeah.
Tall buildings, lots of shadows.
Yeah. But yeah, no, my girlfriend's super supportive and super great. She's looking after my dog for me now while I'm gone. So
you guys live together then?
Super good. No, we don't live together. Not yet, but been dating for like a year and a little bit now. So yeah, it's going strong. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to find someone that aligns with your values and will be supportive with you.
Yeah.
Because I know I have so many fucking crazy ideas, and
I can imagine your mind, bro.
And it just always going. But she knows if I put my mind to something, I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. There's no stopping me. So there's no point in trying to deter me. Actually, there is one way. Adrian figured this out about me, and she's known this for a while. And I didn't even know it about myself until Adrian brought it up. And then I brought it up with Janelle, and she's like, oh, yeah, I do that. If I have an idea to do something, if you tell me, like, that's dumb or you can't do that, I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to do that.
You want to do it more?
Yeah. So what she'll do, I'm like, hey, I want to do this. She's like, hey, yeah, we should do that. And I'm like,
Great idea. You're not as stoked.
I'm not as stoked on it. And then I dial it back.
Dude, I'm kind of the same way. It's like you want to be like, oh, I'm going to do this, prove everyone wrong. Like, that's the mentality like I had with starting what I do. So, like, I feel that. But yeah, no, my girlfriend's like super supportive with everything. And yeah, she knows like I don't know. She had a really bad ex too, so I feel like the contrast is just like makes it a lot easier for her because it's like, you know, I got my shit together and yeah.
And you're what are you, 24?
23.
So you're pretty young to have your shit together.
Yeah. You think? Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't have my shit together at 23.
Yeah. Everything's so, I don't even know nowadays, bro. It's like 19-year-old kids making like 100K a month. I'm like, okay, I'm washed, bro.
Well, I think now, and maybe this is going back to how your parents didn't really understand at first, so many things are moving online. There's so much money to be made. You don't need the traditional kind of career path. I went to school for business, my BBA.
Yeah.
Didn't finish it. I have one course left to finish.
Okay.
Stats 2. And people are like, why don't you go back and finish it? And I was like, why the fuck would I go back? I didn't learn anything.
And it's not if it doesn't serve you and help you increase your
I was just there because I was just there because that was what you're supposed to do.
I know,
and I just wasted years.
Well, that's what I did with my college too. I went also. I don't regret going to college because it was a really good bridge for me moving to Canada. You know, because I don't know what I would have really done if I just moved. Maybe just got a job, but I feel like I would have been a lot more lonely and not really sure what I was doing. I made a lot of friends there, and it was a good good nurturing system for that first year that I was in college. So I don't regret going to it, but I'm happy I left when I did. Like, I have no regrets about dropping out, you know? Like, I don't think I missed out on anything. And
when you dropped out, you said you were already making some money too? So
yeah.
You already knew that you had the skills to do it and you just needed to kind of have more time?
I just wanted more time, because like I said, it was like hour and a half commute sometimes, there and back. And then I'm sitting in a lecture or whatever, class for 3-4 hours doing nothing. So my whole day's wasted when I could be messaging potential clients, doing mixes at home.
Could be doing what you already love.
Yeah. You know, so yeah.
Earlier I saw you brought out is it the Osmo? Is that the little camera?
Yeah. Osmo Pocket 3, yeah.
Are you doing more vlogging and stuff then?
Yes, I just kind of started that style of content like a couple months ago. And I wanted, now that I got this, I'm going to be more consistent, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, I've put out like 5 vlogs maybe in the last 2 months, so not bad, but I want to try to do like one a week.
Consistency.
Maybe. Yeah, just consistency. And it's really just vlogging what I do every day. I mean, I'm not even really trying to make it super exciting. I mean, obviously, if I do cool stuff, I'll vlog it, and sometimes I'll maybe try to do some cool stuff for the vlog. But I'm just more so vlogging like my life and calls I have with clients and interactions and songs that I'm mixing and things that I'm thinking and feeling, and vlogging me going to the gym. Yeah, I just kind of want to show everyone that, and also it's just kind of like a digital diary for me, you know, to look back on in 5 years and be like, oh, that's what I was doing at that point in my life, you know. I
think it'd be pretty cool. You do a weekly or like twice a week thing. I mean, you got a pretty sultry voice. I think people want to listen to you.
Yeah, I think the accent helps sometimes, you know.
Oh, for sure.
It's a conversation starter. People like, you from the UK? I'm like, no, South Africa. They're like, oh, South Africa.
Well, I know when I walked in and you were in the studio there with Adrian and you were talking, and I had no idea you were from South Africa. Okay. And I walked in, I was like, who the fuck is here?
Who the fuck is this?
Like, is Adrian have a client here? Am I walking in on him trying to sell? Or a little taken aback.
Yeah. The accent thing is funny because, like, obviously people here can tell I have accent. But when I go back to South Africa, people there think I have accent now. They say, like, you sound so Canadian, bro. like what the, and they laugh. They think it's hilarious. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I sound pretty South African still, but I guess there's certain things that I've picked up from Canada. I think one thing they said is like going up at the end of sentences, you know, like da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, even when you're not asking a question. So, yeah, everywhere I go I have accent, I guess, even in South Africa. People think I sound different.
I would wonder as well, from being in Canada so long, maybe you don't lose the accent, but as you're starting to pronunciate words a little differently, it's gonna your cadence is gonna change a little bit.
Yeah.
It's gonna flow a little different.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely changed. I've noticed it changed a lot. Like if I had to listen to voice notes I've sent or videos of me when I was just in South Africa, it's changed a lot. And also the slang, I don't use the slang at all, you know.
What's
a lot of slang.
What's some South African slang? What's a good one?
You want bad ones? Okay.
Yeah, this is NSFW.
FW,
Yeah,
okay.
go for it.
You just nigh, that's one I say a lot.
What's that mean?
I say it now to my girlfriend. I'm trying to bring it back into my vocabulary. You know, keep some of my roots. Just nigh means like crazy. Nigh or naya means like fucker or motherfucker. Or crazy motherfucker or something like that. Just nigh or poos means what you can expect.
Straightforward. Okay.
POES, yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Aware is a big one. People say like aware. It just means like, generally it means high, but it can mean basically anything. Like you could say to me like, you want to go like hit the club this weekend? I'll be like, aware, bro. It sounds good.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean high in that situation. It means like yes. So it can mean high or yes, or like it's like a word of confirmation or yeah.
Kind of like how you can use fuck as anything. Noun,
I guess,
adjective. Yeah.
Literally, yeah. So that's a big one. There's like aware, bro, aware. Yo is one. Like there's some African ones too, like haibo. Means like, I think it means like I was gonna say haibo means yo, but what does that mean? Like that's crazy, or like what? Like it's like shocked. Like if you're shocked, like haibo, it's fucked or whatever.
Going back to your roots, what was it like growing up in South Africa?
It's super different to here. Like when I moved here, it was very different. Honest.
I was gonna say, was there any drugs in your high school or anything?
Weed. That was it.
Yeah.
Nothing. I didn't know anyone that did anything else, to be honest. Maybe some people did coke, but yeah.
So a little bit of a culture shock, especially when you're in the restaurant and they're wanting you to go out and party and you know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. It was totally a culture shock, and it's a lot different than there. So it's weird because you'd maybe assume the opposite, but
I think a lot of young people now just don't even ever drink, and I think it's great because I'm 7 years sober now.
Nice.
And I know even when I stopped, no one understood, because especially in Canadian culture, it's like drink. It's just kind of ingrained in you from a young age, and then drugs are fucking everywhere. So even when I stopped, there wasn't all these, like in our fridge out there, we've got non-alcoholic beers, and I don't even drink those, but people have had them, and you can't tell the difference, I guess.
Yeah.
But when I stopped, there was Bud Zero. That was it. And it tasted like piss. So there was no fancy cocktails. It was just all. But now it's socially acceptable to not drink. If you don't drink, people don't ask you, "Oh, why? Do you have a problem?" So when I stopped, I would have to, if we went out to dinner or something.
Really, you felt obliged to like.
Oh yeah, so the
or
peer
like
pressure.
Pretend to drink.
Yeah, I would have a double rock glass, and I would have ice, and I would just have soda with it, and a lime on the side. Otherwise,
because people would call you out.
Yeah, they'd be all over it. Like, well, you got a fucking problem? Like, why aren't you drinking? Like, everyone else is drinking. You should drink. You should have fun.
That's kind of crazy. But I don't know if anyone. Yeah, no one's ever like said that to me. I'm not a big drinker. Like, I never really drink. But also, then again, I don't really party or like go out that much. So I don't know.
I think when you have a huge goal like you did, you're like, I want to prove myself. I want to get to this point. All that just gets in the way.
Yeah, I mean, I did that shit when I was like in high school, to be honest. Like when we got into high school, we started to go to some crazy parties, 14, 15, 16. We started going to the clubs at like 15 with fake IDs, 16, 17. And then by the time I finished high school, I was 18 and ready to move to Canada. I was already over it all. Like I've been to clubs in Canada. Sometimes with Adrian, we've gone when he's down, and we'll go with our girlfriends and stuff. But it's not this. Doesn't feel like this. It's not like we're going out and we're getting fucked, and you know, it's just like we're going out, we'll have a good time. It's a lot more relaxed. I don't know. There's just not that like pressure to like drink a whole bunch or yeah.
I wish it was more like that when I was younger.
Yeah, it sounds very different.
Yeah, I spent a lot of years going hard, man. Going hard.
Damn, no, yeah. I had like a couple years when I was young. Not even going super hard, but we did drink for our age. We drank quite a lot. too much. We had this one friend's house we'd always go to, Luke Fuller, because his mom didn't give a fuck.
There's always one friend. There's always that one friend. Yeah.
And everyone kind of knew that, like, they're going to Fuller's house because they want to fucking do some shit. But yeah, that was the house to go to, and we'd go there and we'd pre-game and then
I remember
go
pre-gaming.
to a party or the club or whatever.
Right.
So.
I remember pre-gaming and I'd do a 2-6 at Captain Morgan's before we went to the bar.
What is it, 2-6? I don't even know. That's not like a thing in South Africa. Is it? How big is it? Like
750
750?
mils.
Okay.
Yeah. What would you call it there?
750 mil.
Okay, we call it 2-6.
Or just like a bottle.
Yeah.
Like
There's 26 ounces in it, so it's 2-6.
Okay. Yeah, we don't use ounces out there. So.
Yeah. Well, we don't either, but it's just that was a 2-6, and then a Mickey's got 13 ounces in it.
Yeah.
Mini Mickey's got 8 ounces in it,
Yeah.
and then a 60 pounder. It's got 60, or you can call it a handle because it's got a handle on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know it all, huh?
Drank them all, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I would do a 2-6 before the bar, and then do like 15 or 20 doubles
A whole
at the bar.
2-6
Yeah.
by yourself?
Yeah.
A whole bottle, like of vodka?
I would usually do Captain Morgan's or Wiser's.
But like a hard alcohol?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
So yeah, I'd get fucked up. Yeah. And then,
a
like,
whole bottle?
and then like
Do you not go to the hospital, man?
No. Probably a couple times I should have. I mean, throw up in my sleep and stuff.
Oh,
And
God.
shit my pants before.
Some crazy times, bro.
Dumb times. But yeah, you do that and you drink 40 ounces of alcohol at the bar and don't remember much and spend all your money and feel like shit for a couple days.
Yeah.
Did that for a long time.
Yeah. 20s or?
So I quit drinking when I was 31.
Okay.
And I wasn't going that hard then because I was older, but 20s, I bartended for a long time, worked on the rigs, get out, go out and party, and then like you said, like
what changed? Like what made you want to just like stop that shit?
Were
you just tired?
I wanted to stop for a while, but like I'm such an extrovert, go out like life of the party, and especially bartending for close to a decade. And then what happened was I was living with my buddy Kevin, and then neither of us are from here. He's from Ontario. And we had a Misfits party, we called it, and it was on Christmas Eve. So with Kamloops being university town, there's a lot of people that don't have family here. So everyone that didn't have family and our friends and stuff too could come over and just, kind of celebrate and feel, welcome and loved. So we throw this big party, and then the next day, it's Christmas Day, and I'm fucking hungover as shit. And I remember this. Like, how you're saying earlier about you go to a new place and there's music, but this I remember because of the smell. And I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? I'm like, looking around, can't find anything. I remember we ordered Pizza Hut, and then there was that new movie, or it was new then, came out Christmas Day, Bright. It's Will Smith, and then the Joel something or other plays like the orc and they're cops.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but we're watching this and I eat the pizza and I was like, what is that? I'm lying on the couch and I feel like shit. And I got to find this, figure it out.
This is when you shit your pants.
No, this isn't when I shit my pants. Someone else did something. So what had happened is this girl had pissed herself on the couch in the night. And then she woke up, she turned the cushion over so it was on the other side. And the smell got worse because as I was laying on it, it started to seep through. Oh. So then I had been laying in this for hours. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was so turned off. And then New Year's came around and I'm like, okay, I want to start a tradition. I want to choose something that I don't think is possible to do. I'm going to quit drinking for a year. So then girlfriend at the time, she's now my fiance. I call her my wife. I wear the ring. We could get in that after. And she's like, yeah, cool. I'll do it with you. And she was over partying as well. And she's like, but I might have a drink here and there. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So we get about 3 months in and she says, I'm not going to drink anymore. This is for me. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, I'm going to wait. And then we were 6 months in or something like that. And I started to feel so good. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm good. And we got to a year. And then my buddies wanted to throw a party for me. They're like, yeah, we're going to throw a party. You can drink again. And I'm like, no, dudes, I'm done. They're like, no, you're back. I was like, no, it's been a year. Why? It doesn't do anything for me. I've learned to go out and have fun and interact with people without having to drink. Why would I ever add that poison back into my life? Yeah. Never look back, man.
That's great, bro. That's crazy. Well done, man.
Yeah. We did the math, and the first year we figured we saved about 10 grand.
10 grand?
Yeah. Because, you go out, and say you go out for lunch with a buddy, you have a beer. That's like $7-10,
Yeah,
right? That adds up. And then you go out for a night, maybe there's $200. The next day, you feel like shit. You order pizza, there's $40-50, and then you also lose that like day of productivity.
Yeah.
And then my gym gains went through the roof that
You
first
stopped
year.
drinking? Yeah.
Oh man, I was able to get in the gym like 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Way more energy. Like lost all the shit weight. Just felt good about myself, and mental clarity too was huge.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Yeah, for me, I've never like really drank that much, but like I had periods where I smoked like a lot, and then I'm also just like cloudy, and
Yeah.
like not in it.
You still smoke weed?
Every now and then,
Yeah.
yeah.
I smoked an actual joint for the first time in probably like 5 years. So we went out of town to Nelson for my birthday, and we're in Nelson. It's like the original like kind of hippie town, and I bought a joint, and I had like 2 puffs of it, and like every now and then I'll have like a gummy,
Yeah,
like maybe like 5 times a year, and I had like 2 puffs of this joint, and I was like bringing back like old memories. Like I smoked a ton of fucking pot in high school, like every day, and I did that. I was like, hey, that's kind of cool, but I have no desire to smoke weed. I don't even
it
have
doesn't really do anything.
No.
No, you just kind of get like. I had a problem with it like when I lived in Kamloops. I remember I told Adrian, I was like, dude, I'm stopping smoking, bro. And then I smoked weed every day for like 3 months. He's like, what happened, bro? I was just, and like all day, dude. I'd be constantly high, like all day. And it's just like, it just felt like a different world, you know? It didn't even feel like I was really living my life, bro. I just felt like time was just like passing. I was just like doing random shit. My productivity was obviously low.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of money on food.
And that's where, instead of life experiencing you, you're experiencing life, right? Like
Yeah.
you want life to experience you. You want to be the one creating your own story. But if you're just kind of floating through and you're stoned all the time and you're like, whoa, where'd the day go? Like, life happened to you. You want to happen to life.
Yeah, facts. Write that down. It's a quote right there.
Get tattooed right there. That's your next one.
My next one, yeah. But no, it's true. Like, yeah. I stopped it when I moved to, when I had that whole transformational period. I moved to Vancouver. I didn't smoke for, about a year maybe, a year and a bit. And then picked it up every now and then. Lately, I've been doing it a bit too much. It's another thing I need to cut down on lately. Yeah.
You know Jordan Peele? He made... they did this sketch comedy, Key and Peele.
Yeah.
And then he went on to make,
I don't know which one out of the 2 he is, but.
he's the shorter guy.
Okay. Yeah.
So he made, what was that? Get Out?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Great
wrote and
movie.
directed that.
Yes. Yeah.
And then he did Us, is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love both those.
And then he did the last one, Nope.
Don't know if I've seen that one.
Nope, that one's really good too. So he was writing all the sketch comedy, and their shit is hilarious.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, man, how did you go from writing sketch comedy to writing Get Out? He's like, because that movie was crazy, man. That was
Get Out
wild.
was so good.
And the budget was so low, and it like fucks with you.
Was it low?
Oh yeah, it was low. I think I might mess this up, but I think he had wanted a lower budget to start because he didn't want to get into like these $200 million movies. So I think it was like 50 million or something crazy. And then I think when he did,
I guess that's low for a movie. I don't know.
now it is, yeah. And I think when he went on to the next one, he went up to like 80, but he didn't want these huge budgets. So they said, what changed in your life? He's like, dude, I just stopped smoking weed. That was it. He went from sketch comedy, fucking smoking joints all day, doing dabs, and he quit smoking weed and then made tens of millions of dollars because
Gets
of it.
into something more immersive. Yeah. Yeah. That's I guess my crutch kind of, but not really. Like I could sound like I could stop, but I don't do it that much. Like I don't do it every day, but it is lately. It has been a bit more, and I think it's because I'm in that period of like. I'm just like complacent, and I just don't have that big thing like we were talking about, that big thing to aim towards, and I'm just like, well, I'm bored. I'll just like chill, smoke weed.
Yeah, it's not like a rut, because a rut would kind of be saying that you're stuck in. I guess you kind of are stuck in something, but it's not like you're in a negative rut. You're just kind of like a Groundhog Day, just kind of doing the same every day.
Yeah, it is a bit negative, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that I notice when I don't smoke more, I obviously feel better too, more energy.
We sleep better when you're not smoking weed. You don't get proper REM sleep when you go to spread stone. People think, oh, it helps me fall asleep. It's like, no, there's a difference between sleeping and passing out, right? If you pass out and your brain can't properly get through your circadian rhythm and your REM cycle and all that, then you're really hooped the next day. You think you're asleep for 8 hours, but maybe you actually get 4.
Yeah. So that's one thing, but yeah, I've never really drank that much. I drank a bit, like I said, in high school and stuff, and kind of had that phase. But yeah.
So what do you think you're going to do? I mean, we talked about a lot today. What do you think you're going to do to get yourself out of this rut? What can you focus on?
I don't even know. It's like I've tried to do certain things, and it's just like, but I just haven't been consistent. And there's been some other like random issues that like I have to deal with, and then I'm like, I take a day or two off because I have to deal with them, and then it's like, but I'm just being a little bitch. Like I just need to do it, bro. Yeah. Like shit comes up all the time. You just got to continue doing what you're supposed to be doing. It doesn't really matter. So I don't know. Like I just have to. I don't really think. I mean, looking into this like big idea more, and like the artist development, I think can give me that push. So that'll be good. And then it just comes down to me just not being a bitch and just like doing it, bro. Like just every day just committing to myself. Just do the thing. Like you said, discipline beats motivation. Yeah. Just doing it no matter what.
Do you think you could do those mixed marathons more? Those sound super cool.
Well, I'm doing one a month.
Yeah. I think you could do that. Do you get a lot of enjoyment out of that?
I do. Yeah. I do like those a lot. It's also just nice because I'm able to work with each marathon between like, I don't know, 10 and 15 people each time. So the productivity is a lot because all those people are then releasing those songs.
But I guess you were saying more than just it's not just that 8 hours. You've probably got double that behind the scenes just getting it set up.
Yeah, just setting it up just to set it up. Letting people know about it, following up with them about it, sending invoices, setting the projects up themselves takes quite a bit of time. I set them all up ahead of time so that when I sit down to start streaming and doing the marathon, I'm not like dragging files in and trying to work out what the key and the BPM is of the song. Like I do all that beforehand so that when I go in, I'm like ready just to like mix it. And then like each song takes me like super quick, like between like 10 and 30 minutes a song, maybe.
You think that's something, if you had like a virtual assistant or something that could help you out, streamline your time a little more?
Like in what sense?
Finding artists, replying to them, seeing who you work with, kind of going back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, doing the outreach. Me and Adrian were talking about that today, actually, because so I actually help other engineers get into the online stuff because I just think it's so lucrative and I think it's so freeing and I just love the freedom that comes in. I just feel like, in a way, I feel like I've cracked the code and I just want to like let other people know about it too. Like, hey, bro, like you can do everything from home.
Do they pay you for that?
And make more money, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As I say, that'd be a great thing to monetize if you haven't already.
Yeah, so I do monetize that. In the beginning, I was taking on producers and engineers, but now we switched it to just engineers because couple of reasons. Number one, the producers were just not working as hard as engineers. I don't know why, but the guys that only made beats just kept coming up with excuses. They were like, oh, I don't want to engineer too. I don't want to live stream. I don't want to make content. I'm like, okay, well then you're going to stay where you are, bro. If you don't want to do that shit. So that was one thing. And then another thing was like, I think there is just more money in engineering. Because with beats, like people could go on YouTube, say they want to get an instrumental or a beat that sounds just like the baby or something. They just type in the baby type beat, free for profit. A million pop up that say they're free. They're not actually free, but these stupid producers are advertising them for free. So then they just download the beat from YouTube to MP3 converter, and then they got their beat and they just upload it. It's like they don't have to buy the beat; they can just steal the beat. So it's like, why would you pay for a beat if you can just steal the beat? So that I think the problem for producers right now is that, and especially if you can't build up your own like personal brand and make people want to work with you because it's you. So that's what I've tried to do, and that's why I do still get production clients for like $300, $400 for a beat. But there's no way I could charge that much if like I didn't build up kind of that name and like my Instagram, the branding and all the content.
Yeah, branding's huge.
Yeah. So that we've switched the client magnet. That's how I help the engineers to just engineers now because it just wasn't working out with the producers. But yeah, so it's a smaller group, but it's going well. And like some of them are really killing it. And it's like super cool to be like hands-on, like making a difference there.
Sounds very niche.
It is very niche.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like targeting like online people who want to be online remote engineers. You know, it's pretty damn.
Have you thought
damn niche.
about going more down that path? And I asked that because as you're talking about that, your eyes are lighting up and you've got a smile on your
excited,
face. You're getting excited about that.
Yeah. I mean, me and Adrian shot an ad for it. I just have to fucking run it. Like I have the ad waiting. Yeah, do the thing like you said.
How long ago did you shoot it?
A month.
What are you waiting for?
Nothing, bro. I'm just a bitch. I just got to do it.
Yeah.
So I want to run that. I'm testing out different pricing structures with it too, because I want to make it affordable to people, but also, so there's a bunch of material they go through, kind of like a course, but it's not really a course. It's just an intro into it. And then I set up initially all the systems for them. Mm-hmm. So I give them the outreach strategy, example scripts they can use. I help build the script for them. I build the back-end funnels of like how to keep track of your leads, when to reach out, how to upsell, how to downsell, how to price structure, how to fill in gaps with things like the mixed marathon or lower tiered offers or subscription-based services. So like I really go over everything and I set them up and then we monitor it over time. So we do weekly group calls every Sunday with everyone. There's a sheet that they have to fill out before every group call of like a couple different key factors. So like how much content did you create this week? How much outreach did you do?
KPIs, right? Key performance indicators.
Yeah. How much money did you make every day? What is that from? Et cetera, et cetera. And then we just kind of review it together on a group call every Sunday. And then I also present something that I think is useful to them at that point. In like a slideshow format, and we run over that too, and I record that and I upload that for them to watch back if they missed the call or they want to watch it back or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I really like doing that. It's something that's super cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's just a stigma around like courses. It's not even a course really, but there's just a stigma around courses or like guru. Like I'm not even trying to be a guru. Like I'm just trying to. Obviously, I'm trying to monetize it because I feel like there's value there.
For sure.
But like, I'm not trying to be scammy or anything, but I feel like just like the whole thing nowadays, just because of all the fake online gurus and all this stuff, there's a very, very big stigma around it. So people are very cautious.
We always see someone online and they're selling a course and you're like, say it's, you brought up Forex. It's a Forex trading course. Yeah. If you know so much about Forex trading that you can promise.
Why are you
selling something?
Yeah.
So that's what it gives. And when you were saying this, it brought up, I always see, because I'm always looking for content strategies and stuff on Instagram and the ads that will get popped up and it's a creative agency or this.
Yeah.
And then Adrian and I have looked into those things and none of them are fucking real. And they're just all super scammy. Yeah. But then you were saying this, it's like, you're like one of those ads, but you're actually delivering on what you're promising.
Yes. But it's like, how do you show them that before they join, I mean, we could do like a trial run. We could do like a week free inside, and then you pay on the 7th day or something. I need to figure out how to build that like trust and that rapport with someone before. And I do that. Like I get on calls with people. I talk to them over and over again. But now we've changed the price structure to like $350 US a month, which is quite steep. So 500 Canadian. But the return on investment is like crazy. Like people have come, they make like a couple $100 a month, and so Clove, she started, she joined the Client Magnet, which is this whatever you want to call it that I run.
Mentorship?
Yeah, sure, mentorship. Yeah, she was making a couple $100 a month, and then after a month, she made $3K a month, and then next month after that, she made $3K again this month. True as well, he was making.
It's a 6x return right there.
Yeah. It was cheaper then too, so it's even more than a 6x return. True, also, he was making a couple hundred too, maybe 800. I don't even know what he was making before, but it was like less than 1,000. He was making like less than 1,000, and then I think he made like 3,800 and then 4,400 the month after that in US. So it's more in Canadian too, like $6,000 Canadian or something. So with a lot of them, there's been some really good results. And I use that, too, in my pitch and on my website and stuff. But
have you thought about doing like a video series of bringing someone up? And obviously, you're on that series. You wouldn't give away everything because that's part of your IP.
Yeah.
But you could run a contest, and like whoever wins the contest gets a free 3-month mentorship from you.
I've thought about things like that just to incentivize
that would
interest.
build trust.
Yeah, and build trust. So I definitely once again, it's just about pushing, just keep pushing, keep making new offers, new ideas, new ways to make people realize that this is actually real. Because it's also sometimes it's frustrating. I'm like, bro, I could help you so much if you just fucking listen to me. Yeah. But it's like, I can't make you listen to me because you don't really know me. And I get it. Like, I'm a stranger and it seems like maybe you scare me because you don't know me. So it's just a tough one, you know. And because it's not like there's a lot of people nowadays, and even people I know that are like now pretending to make a bunch of money or pretending to have been doing this for years just to sell some fake BS course that they've copy and pasted from a course they bought, reselling a fucking course. But like with me, I've done it. I've been doing it for like years and years and years, and I've built this up myself. And I don't know anyone else my age or even older that does like exactly what I do with the online remote stuff that like time efficiently and successfully, because I have so much fucking free time. And that's why I'm like hard on myself now, because it's like I could be doing so much more, bro. Like I could just not even work for like 2 weeks and it'll be fine. But like I'm just so lazy now that I just like I work a little bit, but like I could be doing so much more. Yeah. But it's like that freedom is still awesome, and I want other people to have that too. And like, hey, you can have this, you can do this, but it's like, how do you get that point across to people? Like, I don't know. It's a tough one.
I think it's the people have to be kind of like yourself. They have to really be dedicated and want to kind of get out of, maybe they're in a shitty fucking job. They really want to get out of that.
That's what happened with Cloves when she joined. She was in that position. I think she actually just got laid off. Okay. And she was trying to make it work with the music, with the mixing, online remote mixing full time. So I found her at the exact right time, I guess. Yeah. I reached out and it was a super easy sell. Pretty much instantly she was like, I'm on board to try it out. I think it was like $150 bi-weekly for 4 months. And then you can stay on afterwards if you want. And she stayed on for just like $150 a month, super cheap.
And now she's crushing it.
Yeah, crushing it. And she's super thankful, and that's awesome. So I need to use that more as a testimonial. Maybe film like a little interview with her or something. I think would be super beneficial.
And how do you do that it lends credibility to what you're doing, but it doesn't? Because I mean, all the other scam kind of courses,
they have the same
shit.
Yeah, it's like fuck.
How do
I differentiate that to make it look? I don't know. I think I just be myself. I just not try and copy like any scripted questions. Like I just literally ask her if she can hop on a call and just chat about her experience with me, and I try and just be open and genuine about it. I feel like that's the best way to just go about it. The hardest thing is like relating to people and like making people realize that like I'm like so similar to them in a way. I feel like I was just a kid who like really loved music, but I also realized that I need to make money to survive. Yeah. And I didn't want to do that from something that's not music. So I wanted to combine the two and do that. And I feel like that as a blanket statement, that applies to so many musicians. Even people that aren't thinking about mixing right now. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with my vlogs. I'm trying to make people see like mixing is cool, bro. Like you can just like, you can chill at home and then you can go take your dog for a walk. You can pick your girlfriend up from work. You can come back, hours. Do a mix. Yeah. You can stream for a bit, hang out with your community. Like, they're so freeing. And that's what I want to show with my vlogs too. Like, this shit is so cool, bro. Like, and you guys can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Like, I didn't even grow up here, bro. I had no connections when I moved to Canada. And I just grinded the online space. Because like you said, you can do anything online nowadays. Like, you don't have to have connections. I'm an example of that. I had no connections. So I think all of that kind of comes together with the vlogs and the content and everything. I'm just trying to make people realize like how freeing it can be. And even just to show artists like, hey, like you can, if you're struggling with the artist side of things, like you can be an engineer. And it actually happened with one of my favorite artists to mix for. He joined the Client Magnet, and then initially he just wanted more so business advice. He didn't want to be a full-time engineer, but he just wanted to figure it out more. Yeah. And now he's transitioning to doing like engineering for other people too. So, excuse me, that's been like really cool to like help him with that and guide him along that journey. But I want to show other artists too, because I was struggling with trying to be a full-time artist. Like, I was doing artistry full-time technically when I was in Kamloops and before, but I was making my money from mixing. I wasn't making my money from streams or anything, right? But I want to show artists that like you don't have to be like the artist sometimes. Like if you enjoy the mixing and stuff, cool. Like that's just as cool as being the artist, bro. Like you don't have to be the one that's like the artist.
Well, that's also a form of art, and you're going to be
100%.
flexing your creativity.
Yeah, 100%. So, and I think I was just making such sad music, and like that was so bad for like my mental health and stuff, because like I'd make sad music, then I'd listen to it back, and it would put me in a worse mood. Then I'd want to go smoke, or I'd want to go like eat bad food, you know? So like this bad cycle. I was like, bro, I can't keep making like my own music, or at least like make this style of music. So I tried to make other styles of music. I just didn't like it because it wasn't as meaningful. So I was like, maybe I just need to focus more on like the engineering, because like this artist stuff is like killing me. Like it's killing my soul. Like I feel like I can't do it, bro. It's just like emotionally, it was like too draining.
Was that one of your darkest moments in your life?
Yeah, for sure. And that was in Kamloops. I was like, just before I left Kamloops, because I went to break up with that first ex in Vancouver, like my first girlfriend in Canada, and then that was like that was like really rough, because I moved to Canada. It was COVID, you know. I had some friends in college, but I had no other support system, so I kind of relied on her. You could say too much, you know. I was too attached to her. So when that ended, I was super upset. That threw me for a fucking loop, and you know, I kind of all spiraled into the Kamloops, and then all the bad shit not bad shit, but bad habits I was doing in Kamloops and before. And then I got to a point I was like, bro, I have to like take the business more seriously. Like I can't just be like scraping to get by, like just doing mixes when they come across, or like just doing like a little bit of outreach every now and then to try and get mixes. Like I have to take it fucking seriously. It has to be more so like my main thing, and at least for right now I have to put my artistry on the side, you know. Keep doing my own music, but I have to like focus on the business shit more. And that's what happened when I moved into my own place in Vancouver, and then from there I've just loved it, and I've just totally done this now. Like sometimes I make my own songs for fun, and I do enjoy that too with friends sometimes, but I wouldn't say like I'm missing anything. It's not like I feel like unfulfilled because I'm not doing the artist stuff more, you know?
Have you thought about looking into some sort of like business mentorship? So you've got people in your, what do you call it, magnet?
Client magnet.
Client magnet. Have you thought about for yourself on the business side of things, seeing how you can get some strategies for scaling, or where they could take a look and see where you could do better? Yeah.
I mean, I looked at a guy when I was in Kamloops for that thing, because I was like wanting to get into more. Just bad reviews and like not relatable enough. Like, bro just seemed like an NPC, like a bot that was just like placed there to sell a course, you know? So I was like, that doesn't work. And then lately I've been looking to this other guy, but his music he makes is really bad. Like really bad. So I'm like, how can I learn from someone I know it's the business side of things and it's kind of different, but like you don't know what you're doing really, in terms of like he only went into, I follow him and I know what I don't stalk him, but I know what he does. So like he tried to do the artist thing, it didn't work. Then he hired a mentor, this coach Austin. This coach Austin coached him, and now he's trying to coach other coaches. It's the coach cycle.
Yeah.
Coaches coach coaches who coach coaches who find coaches to coach. I fucking hate it. So he's one of those where it's like he doesn't service artists himself. Like he doesn't mix for people. He doesn't produce for people. He hasn't scaled any businesses, like any artists' businesses.
Yeah.
All he does is he takes what he's learned from his mentor and he tries to coach people who have businesses like me. He says, "Oh, pay me $5,000 and I'll help you scale your business." So I tell him, okay, like, and I give people like this still the benefit of the doubt, like, send me a link to what you've done, or like a sales. I even say, send me your sales page, bro. If I'm sold, I'll fucking do it. If I think it's good enough, I'll do it. But it's always, oh, let's get on a call. Yeah. And I know why you want me to get on a call. It's so that you can fucking manipulate me into buying it on the spot. Yep. So I'm like, I'm not going to get on a call with you unless you show me what you're offering. I don't want you to tell me what you're offering on the phone. I want to see what you're offering. I want to see the results you've gotten. And then I'll get on a call with you. I'm comfortable. But they don't have that.
Yep.
So they just try and get you on a call and they try and manipulate you on the call to buy. So I can't invest in someone like that.
No.
I'm sure there's other people that are legit. And maybe if I do some more deep diving, I'll find them. But it's like these guys, I'm just like, bro.
Well, it's one of those things, they say don't take financial advice from people who don't have money. And they're like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about investing, in XEQT, like, an ETF. And then,
Yeah.
someone that doesn't have any money, like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You should just keep it in cash. Like, well, you're not wealthy.
broke.
Why would
So,
I?
yeah.
Why would
That's
I?
true.
Don't listen to a broke person if you
Yeah.
want to make money. Listen to someone that's made money.
Yeah. And like, this guy, for example, he'll say that he's made, I scaled my business from 0 to 20K a month. But I'm like, I feel like it's just a flat out lie. Like, maybe he's being truthful, but I highly doubt it.
Maybe he's making 20K because he has enough clients paying him
For the course.
Well,
yes,
to make
obviously.
it, right?
I mean, obviously, like, it was never a doubt in my mind that he's made that money from actual services besides his course material, besides the mentorship. Like, that's without a question. But I think even with the mentorship, I don't think he's pulling in 20K a month US, so like 30K Canadian. Even then, I'm like, I don't think you're pulling in that.
Well, I bet it happen all the time on Instagram. So many editors reach out, like, "Oh, hey, like, saw your stuff. I think I could do it better." And I was like, "Okay, send me your portfolio." They're like, "Well, I don't really." Like, I go to their Instagram. There's nothing. I'm like, what? And then I just had a guy reach out like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Yes, send me what you've done." And then yesterday, they messaged back, and they're like, what do you think? I'm like, do you want to work together? It's like, I said, send me your portfolio, and you gave it the thumbs up. I'm like, so send me your portfolio, and then they hearted it, and then nothing.
I know it's ridiculous.
I'm not gonna hire an editor if you don't show me what you can do.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's the same with these guys, but they just want to get you on a call to like, so what is the cost of not doing this? It's like, bro, I don't even stop trying to manipulate. Just show me what you got, bro.
Yeah, show me what you can do.
got, for real.
Show me people you've actually scaled and that are actually doing the thing that I'm doing, not just taking the coaching and then coaching again.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Like I think that's the thing. Like you'll get in there and then he'll be like, well, you can't actually make the money from this. So what you should do is coach other people on how to make the money from this. And then when they get in your program, just tell them that, oh, you can't actually make the money from this. So just get into coaching.
Sounds like multi-level marketing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's multi-level coaching.
Yeah.
It's literally what it is. I can't stand it. It pisses me the fuck off, especially because the music is so ass. I'm like, dude, stop trying to pretend you're in the music industry and like, you've done something in the music industry, or even grinded it for years. Like, it's terrible music, bro. Like, maybe you have a passion for music and you just, like, you want to make your money in the industry. I'm like, but at that point, it's like, dude, just go if you want to just do coaching, just go coach for something else, bro. But it's like anyone, especially because if you think about it, he's trying to attract higher level clients who are already business savvy, have already built up their own business. And he's trying to attract them, and he has terrible music and no experience. Dude, who's going to buy that? You can't scam people who have tried to build up their business already, like, or are building up their business
Desperate
already.
people? Schmucks?
Yeah, but that's low. That's bottom of the barrel. Like, you're not going to attract the people you want, you know?
So, I mean, if he's doing it, then some people are paying. There's got to be someone out there paying.
I know one girl that's paying. I know one of his clients because I'm studying this, I'm curious. I'm curious to how does this all work? So I followed her and I see her terrible music, terrible content. I'm like, oh my, I don't know how this works. But I haven't seen any other client from him. So I'm like, is he just lying about his other clients? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that goes on.
I think
Especially
there's a lot of fake stuff.
Yeah, tons of fake stuff.
Like just like not even like kind of twisting the truth, just flat out lying. Like as a coach probably just told him, like, just say you make 20K a month, just say you make 50K a month. That'll attract people and then you will be making 50K a month. So it's technically true. You're just saying it ahead of time. It's like, dude.
Well, if you put it out to 1,000 people and one person says yes, and then you put it out to 10,000, if 10 people say yes, there's your 50K, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of just the law of numbers.
Yeah.
Eventually, someone's going to fall for it.
I guess. How did you reach out to that many people? I guess ads. He does ads. I know he runs ads. Pumps ads, apparently. But who knows?
But it's where do your morals lie?
Yeah.
You're not actually providing any value out there.
Yeah.
Like a snake oil salesman.
Yeah. You're just coaching someone else on how to coach someone else. Like, and that's like what I do with the client magnet. I try and actually provide value. I try and actually help. And I'm happy the group got a bit smaller because I'm able to like focus more on those people. And I think that might be a reason I haven't run the ad yet and try to push it because I kind of like it smaller, but I could still take on like at least another 5 people and like it would still be fine.
Well, you said you got a lot of time.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if your day was a little fuller, you might be a little more fulfilled, and then can get back
I
into
think
the
so.
disciplined diet. And
Yeah. If I get back into all of that stuff, I'll definitely feel like a lot better. Like, cause I was feeling so good when I was in all that, and I was living in van. Well, I live in like White Rock now, but
do you have to stay like? Do you find that you're a person that has to stay busy? Like, can you sit still?
nah, cause if I sit still, I just get like anxious, and then I'll like smoke or get food or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about that like on the way here, on the bus. I was like thinking about talking about that on the podcast. Like I just can't I just can't feel okay doing nothing. I don't know if you like that too. Do you feel that?
I idle hands, man. I can't sit still.
Yeah.
I have to stay busy.
Yeah.
And then if I'm not doing something, I'm feeling like I'm wasting time.
Me too.
Yeah.
Especially when I was super productive, though, I'd feel that. And I put that in like one of my songs, like a voice note or something. Like, if I'm not using every hour of the day, I feel like this overwhelming feeling of like anxiety. Oh, you're not doing enough. You're not being good enough. You're not sticking to it enough. Da, da.
Yeah, my days have to be jam packed. I was up at 4:30 today, to the gym, at work at 6:30, worked till 5, came straight here. We bullshitted a bit. Then we had to fuck with the roadcaster. And then I'll eat dinner on the way home, and then I'll be in bed like half an hour after that.
But you feel good doing that?
Yeah, I love staying busy. Yeah, I hate sitting around. I don't know if I've ever been depressed or like really had like full kind of anxiety.
Yeah.
But I must have some sort of level of it because I do have ADD. And I just started taking meds for that like 6 months ago, and that's made a huge difference in my life. And before that, a lot of the times it was worse for sitting still. But if I had moments where it's just like, okay, I gotta go. I'd have a day off, and I'd just be gone the entire day. I'd be busier on my day off than on days I had to work because I just have to keep moving. I'm like a shark, man. if I'm not moving, I'm gonna lose my mind. Right? Yeah.
And if you're happy doing that, that's good.
I love the grind.
Yeah.
I love building things. I love being creative.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So it keeps me going.
Yeah.
And that's why, in this period I'm in, it's like difficult because like I love this shit. Like, why do I feel like this? So I've been trying to work it out. But what are you saying? I was gonna touch on something, but I forget.
Business, shark swimming, ADD, idle hands.
Yeah, I guess idle hands. Yeah, just like I can't just like I don't know, do
Just
nothing.
be?
Like just exactly. I can't sit on the couch and just like watch a show. I don't know. I can't because my brain never turns off.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, I've only made this much this week. I need to make more. I need to do something. Then the other side of me saying, bro, you've been working like crazy. Like, if you're always just going to work and always be anxious, you might as well take some time off and try and enjoy it. But it's like, I can't enjoy it. Like, I can't enjoy time off, bro. Like, I don't enjoy watching TV. I enjoy playing Fortnite. It's the one thing.
Yeah.
But also, it's funny because Fortnite's, like, I like playing ranked Fortnite, which is competitive. So you're playing against other players who are trying really hard too. So it's almost like a grind in itself. You know, it's not like I'm idly sitting there just like playing. It's like when I'm playing, I'm sweating, like I'm trying really hard.
Your mind's very activated.
Very activated, exactly. So it's like, and that's nice because it gives me a different avenue besides like my business or career or whatever. It gives me a different avenue to grind in a way, but that has like less at stake, I guess. So that's been a really good outlet. But I can't do something where I'm not making progress or getting shit done, like just chilling on the couch or I don't know. But that's why I do turn to crutches sometimes, like smoking weed or just getting a pizza or something, because it's like I think that'll help me, but it never does. But then I always think that it's going to help me if I do it again. And I don't know why I think every time it's going to be different, and then it's never different, you know?
I read this study, and it was actually about pizza. And what they did was that I love pizza, man. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, me too, bro. It's too bad.
Yeah. My meal actually on the way home is pizza, but it's on like protein kind of crusts.
Okay.
So low calorie, 18 grams of protein for each one, low calorie cheese.
Nice.
So it's good. I'm trying to lose weight right now. But it was about
Me too.
pizza, and it was about comfort food. So pizza was the comfort food. And they had, I don't know how many groups they had, but one of the groups was when they were hungry, they had a healthy meal. The other one was when they were hungry, they ate a comfort meal like pizza. And then they measured their happiness after they were done. And people that ate the healthy food were happier after than the people that ate the shitty food, because once you have that feeling of full, you don't want any more food, right? But the people that ate the pizza, they felt shittier about themselves because they'd eaten the shitty food. So they thought they were eating this comfort food, and mom's home cooking and it's covered in cheese and it's pasta and like, oh, I love the smell of that, the memories it brings back. But once they're actually done the meal and they have the food in them, the people that eat the healthy stuff, because they have good fuel, they felt better, and then they went out and did more productive stuff. Whereas that person that ate the pizza, then they went to the couch, and then it's 3 hours later,
what it is, dude.
and you're like, fuck, where'd the fucking day go, man?
Dude, like when I do that, if I smoke and I get a pizza or some shit, I've been doing that so often lately. It's so bad. But it's like every time I think for some reason, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I should do with my free time. But I'll do it, and then I'll feel gross, bro.
Yeah.
Like I feel so full. I don't even feel like good afterwards.
Yeah.
You know? I feel gross, and then I'm like coming down from like being high, so I just feel like out of sorts and like groggy,
Sweaty.
and like sweaty and gross. I'm just like, why am I doing this, bro? Like, I don't even know why I'm doing it, but it's just it's something in my brain that's just like, I don't have a different outlet. I need a different outlet. Like I used to run so much, bro. I used to run like every day almost, like 10 kilometers or something. It's not crazy, but for me, it's good.
That's 70K a week.
Is that good? I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty high volume.
Yeah. So I was like doing that. It was awesome, dude. I lived in I don't know if you know Kerrisdale in Van. Anyway, it's like,
I don't know Van very well.
Okay. But I'd run from my neighborhood down to the beach in Kitsilano and then back along this beautiful trail. It's awesome. I have a problem with my legs though, and that's why running is very tough. I need to get surgery on both sides of my legs because it's a fasciotomy. I have an issue with my ligament. Like when my muscle expands, the socket it's in is constricting it too much. It's tight. So when I run, my legs like tense up and like super, super painful. I used to just fight through it back then because I was also going through all that shit with like my transitional period or whatever. So I was just like, fuck this, I'm just doing it. But yeah, now it's like... And also, I also got inserts, and they helped a little bit. Okay. But then they wore down, and now it's like really bad again.
Do you have proper running shoes?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, like a pair of Hokas or something, or
they're Nikes.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I think I might be able to help you. I do sell this course, and it's $5,000.
Oh shit, that sounds good, bro.
I could coach you.
Yeah, on my running.
keep you accountable. Make sure you're not eating pizza.
Yeah.
No, I don't sell a course. I don't coach anything. It's funny with that actually. So Adrian and I. Well, I found this like agency. They reached out to me and we were chatting a bit, and they're like, yeah, this is what we can do from you. And this is, I don't know, 8 months ago. And I was pretty naive. And I was like, okay, cool. And it was $1,400. And I paid it. And then it was nothing like it was promised. And then
$1,400.
Yeah. And instantly they were like, funnel, we're going to get you to make a course and this, and you're going to sell this, and this is how you monetize. I'm like, I don't want to fucking sell a course. I'm not an expert in anything.
Did they not say that in the beginning? What did they say in the beginning?
So I had thought from reading their stuff that it would be more about like content strategy, and that they would be able to review our posts and why they did well, why they didn't do well, how they could have been edited different, like this style
Improve
is in.
your content.
Yeah. And I'm like, so I sent them stuff and nothing, didn't deliver on any of that. They were just all like, we're gonna develop a course. I'm like, I don't fucking have anything to sell. I don't want to sell anything. My whole thing, Alex Hormozy?
Yeah.
So his big thing is put things out that are valuable.
Yeah.
And people will keep coming back.
Yeah.
And then you can make money down the road from it. But if you're putting out content that's valuable and it's free, more people are gonna come. They find value from it.
Lead magnets.
Exactly. So my content it's better now. It was okay back then, but I don't have anything to sell, and I have no desire to sell something. If eventually I got to a point, whether it's podcasting or content creation, where I felt that I could do something like you, I'm like, hey, I see your stuff. We could do this, and this, and it could be so much better. Cool. I have value to offer that people can, pay for. Yeah. But up until that point, I was 2 months into making content. I didn't fucking know anything.
Yeah.
Why are people going to buy things off me? And I feel like you too.
I hate this course shit.
Yeah, if there's true value to be had, cool. And if I was to do something like that, I'd want to do it on the scale that you're kind of at that intimate kind of level, so you can actually work with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like,
it's not just when it feels like a cash grab. That's when it's an issue, and when that's your only source of income, that's a big issue. It's like, I mean, that's just also like shady from their part if like they're not specifically stating in the beginning, we will help you build out a profitable online program or course. You know, you were obviously under the impression that it's helping you with your content and increasing views and engagement. That's like, dude.
Instead of some shit fucking PDF that's behind a firewall, right? Like that's basically what it was. I was like, that's not who I am. Yeah. I do love doing acts of service. I love helping people.
Yeah.
I want to eventually get to a point with podcasting, you know, bigger guests, and then the value will come from people watching. Like I'm sure there's going to be an audio engineer out there, and they're going to listen to this, and they're going to be like, "Get together, Dan," and they're going to look you up, and it's a lead right there.
Yeah.
But I want to give it away for free.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool with the podcast. Like I wanted to start a podcast a while ago. We did some really low budget ones with my first roommate. Nothing like this. This is a crazy setup, but
Thank you.
It's something nice about a podcast, you know, just sitting down like this is so cool, just looking at each other, having a dope conversation.
And we've never spoken to each other before today.
No. Yeah. Never spoken about it to each other.
And this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to find dope ass people, cool lives, cool story, cool industry, and just chat and whatever comes up, man. And that's it.
And I don't know if to you, but like this feels fulfilling to me. Like this podcast is
I love
super dope.
this, man.
This must be fulfilling to you too if you have multiple guests a month or whatever, you do one a week or whatever.
We're filming like 2 to 3 a week right now.
2 to 3 a week.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we're here all the time.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
I love it though.
But yeah, it's awesome. Like you get to connect with people on a level that you don't normally get to connect with people, you know, having a 2-hour conversation with someone about a bunch of different topics is just like, you don't get to do that outside of like a podcast, you know? You can never do that at a party or a restaurant with friends.
No interruptions.
Yeah. So
we're here for a purpose, and that's just to fucking shoot the shit.
Yeah.
I love it. I really love the content side of things, the personal branding that we're doing. And then we got into doing this. We did the first one, and I was like, "This is fucking.
This is it.
This is what I want to do."
Yeah.
I love the talk. I'm so curious about everything, and you're talking, and you get to the end of what you're saying. I was like, I got to remember that other thing. I got to loop back in. I want to know more about that. So I love being here. I would love to be able to maybe at one point when there's enough downloads, and then, you know, YouTube and Spotify throw some ads in there, and then maybe there's some sponsors along the way.
Just do this.
Yeah.
But just make some other content around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be super cool, dude. There's a lot of people that just do podcasts. Tons.
I know it's super hard to break into and make money off it. Yeah. But the biggest thing with that is that there's some ungodly number of how many podcasts there are, but that's because so many people start. And I think it's...
Then they stop.
Yeah, there's two numbers. It's either X percentage of people never get past 3, and then next X never get past 8. This is 10 today since May 13th. So we're about...
Very quick.
Yeah, we're not even a month, and we're on number 10.
Oh, May 30th. I was thinking March.
No, May. We did our first one May 13th.
Oh, shit.
And and I want just more. I would love to do it every day. I could do it every day for sure.
Yeah. It's dope. You just get to... It's almost like streaming. Like I can kind of relate to streaming because if I'm streaming, like sometimes it'll be dead. But if there's like a lot of people in the stream for the marathons, or sometimes I do music feedback, so people will send me their songs. I listen to it live. Everyone's watching. I give feedback on the song, on the mix, elements like that. It's kind of the same deal. It's not the exact same because podcasting, you're talking face to face, but it's just being able to connect with people. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like that's actually quite difficult nowadays because everyone's just so in their own bubble. Mm-hmm. Everyone's staring at their phone. Like, it's actually very difficult to like connect on some deep shit with someone that's not just like super service level, like, hey, how are you? Cool, bye, you know?
Well, we used to, you know, ancestrally, we were in tribes.
Yeah.
And it was all social.
Yeah.
And now you don't need to actually speak with people to get that kind of fill your bucket, that social bucket, because you just swipe through Instagram, TikTok, you get those dopamine hits. I mean,
that's bad, bro.
I remember I was like dating myself here. I was like 16. I got my first cell phone. I was 17. And do you know what T9 word was?
No.
So that's what texting was before.
Okay.
So for like C, you'd have to hit 1 3 times.
Oh, okay.
And then what T9 word is, you know how when you're typing on like your iPhone now and it'll kind of
auto.
Yeah, it auto like does the word and you can kind of space and does the whole thing. That was kind of like the first thing. So T9 word knew like C, A, L, and then it would have a little menu or like a drop down menu, and it would say predict what the word was going to be, and then you could click on it. So all my buddies are like, yeah, there's this texting thing now, we can do that. And I've always gone against the grain, I guess, and my line of thinking was, why would I text someone when I can just make a call and then get across what I need in 5 minutes? But now everything's texting. Everyone's so disconnected.
It is. But I think it's a huge opportunity for business. And I use that to my advantage of business. You can ask Adrian. We laugh about it sometimes. The amount of voice notes I send people, or the amount of calls that I get, but mostly voice notes, is crazy. Like, especially when I'm trying to build a relationship with someone, because they don't know me from jack shit. Like, if I'm reaching out trying to be their mixing engineer and I'm charging $200 a song, they don't know me, some random kid from the States or whatever. Like, those voice notes help so much to build that relationship. Even though, like, I have an Instagram page with so much content, right? So many pictures of me, so many reels about mixes I've done. Sending that voice note just kind of signals to them, like, oh, this is a real person.
Yeah.
Like, he is serious about what he does, and he sounds excited to work with me. So that builds that rapport so much more. And I think a lot of people aren't doing that. They're like trying to do it the cheap, easy way, which is just like, mass send cold DMs, mass send emails, and then just keep texting with them until we get a sale, until we just text, or hire people just to text. But it's like sending those voice notes, like, it crushes. That's why I started doing it. And that's why I tell these engineers I help too, like, bro, send voice notes and get people on a call when you can.
Make it personable.
Yeah. Allow them to trust you. Like, let them in. Yeah. You know?
I never actually received a voice note until I started working with Adrian. And he sent me one, and I was like, what is this? And I like clicked it, and I was like, I can't hear anything. I'm like, oh, I gotta put it up to my ear.
That's crazy.
I'm like the new age boomer.
He never sends me voice notes.
No, he would, and it would be like long, but
it's got like the text to speech on it, so you can see like the whole.
But I would put it up, and I'd listened, and I'm like, oh, I understand what you're saying. But I think it gets the point across better too.
So much better. So that's something I do a lot. It also just makes the working relationship more fun, because often that'll initiate them to send a voice note back. And I'm like, okay, I can kind of hear a little bit more about you. Like, I hear kind of how you talk. Like, they'd maybe tell me something like that they're interested in, or like who inspires them, or so. It like sparks that conversation more, I feel like. And that's just like, not only does it help you with the sale, but it also helps you build an actual relationship with them so that you can service them better. Because what's the point of getting a once-off sale if you can't continue to service them and they're happy with your work? I mean, once-off sales are fine and they happen, but obviously you want to try and create a relationship with, at least me, like in my business, like I want to create a relationship with someone where it's like we can work long-term.
Relationships are everything.
Yeah. And like,
couldn't agree more.
It is tough though in my business. A lot of it is once-off stuff, and people find different people, or then they find someone to do for free, or they buy a vocal preset and they kind of like it, so they don't come back. So trying to develop that deeper connection with people is pretty important for me in my business. So yeah, the voice notes just helps so much with that. And it makes people want to come back to me for my brand, for my personal brand, just for me, you know, just for how I treated them or how the relationship went.
Well, I know if I was an artist or a sound engineer, I think I'd know the guy I'd want to work with.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, it sounds like you got a lot of big things coming up for you. I'm super excited to see, especially with the kind of idea we brainstormed there, where you're going to go. I see some big things happening for you.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. This was great, man.
Thank you for having me on.
I didn't know what to expect. I saw some of your or listened to some of your Spotify stuff, and I had no idea sound engineering, South African, everything. It blew me away. Thank you so much for being on. I would love to have you back another time.
That would be sick. I'd be super down to come back. Yeah, I've done a couple other podcasts and I love them every time. It's just like a space to vent and to talk about my business. You know, I do it in vlogs and stuff sometimes, but it's not the same when you're like talking to someone about it. So
especially here,
super dope. And it looks so nice in here.
Thank you. It's only going to get better.
It's definitely the best one I've been in out of all the podcasts I've done. Some I've done virtually, so obviously I'm just admiring. But I've been to a couple. This is definitely the nicest. So
we wanted it to be people to come in and feel comfortable. Yeah. And if you feel comfortable, you're going to get better, deeper conversations.
100%, yeah.
I think we had a deep one.
Yeah, bro, for real.
Okay, man. Thanks for being on. That was great.
Appreciate you, man. No worries.